the goal. Side of goal. And what a goal.
What's the bleeding crack? What's the story? We absolutely fucking made a balls of it, to be honest with you. But no, in fairness, look, it was always comfortable, wasn't it? Like, you know what I mean? They were fucking United are shy. Let's be honest about it. There's no bones or anything about it. You know, they were fucking United are useless. Arsenal just got the job done. 1-0. You're in Old Trafford. I'll take that all day long. Like at the end of the day, should we have scored more? Probably yes. Were we all over them? Yes. I'm getting a few texts here going, oh, Arsenal won into the corner halfway through. Halfway through the second half, which they were. But look, you have to just be fucking, just see out the result. You know what I mean? Going to Old Trafford, when we bet Spurs, I was the one going, we're going to win every game between now and then. Absolutely every game. And we probably are going to. But the thing about it is, it's the whole Spurs thing. Spurs going to do us a favour, you know. But we'll come to that in as we go on here. I just wanted to just get my sort of thoughts in before I give everyone else's thoughts in. I think with the game today, Arsenal had it all under control. It wasn't like, it was too stressful. It was once Trossard got the goal, I was a bit up and down, before the goal went in. I was there. Is it going to be one of these games where United are going to hold off? Arsenal aren't going to score. When Trossard got the goal, it was a big relief for me because I knew then we're going to go on and win the game. I actually thought we would have went on and scored another few goals, maybe get another goal, 2-3 goals or something like that and see the game out. But at the end of the day, 1-0, I'll take that all day long. It's Old Trafford. To me, it's like a derby game. It's like, a Spurs game. Anything can happen in these games, So, look, I'm going to take it. I'm happy. We bring it down to the last game of the season. I can't see anything happening as in, like, Spurs beating fucking Man City. Can't see anything like that. It's going to be sickening that we're probably going to lose the league by 2 points. But there's been a few games, where we should have fucking won. Losses we should have drew with, but hey-ho. Look, I'm going to get a few people into the chat now and just start getting their say and see what we have and see what's happening, see what's out there. Forced in, Manny, you're up. How are you doing, brother? What did you think of the game?
Let me just say this right now. I'm at peace. I'm at peace knowing that we won today and we're not going to have any sort of, an angry session or any kind of an emergency meeting or any kind of meltdown. But I'm also at peace knowing that we're not going to win the league. And, I was listening to what you were saying, how we controlled it. But let's put something into perspective, Del Boy. This was a United team that did not have Marcus Rashford or Bruno Fernandes in the squad, much less the starting 11. And there were times in the second half especially in the second half, where we were literally run ragged. With that sort of performance, we don't deserve to win anything. And let's also put into perspective that goal difference advantage that we were crowing about for several weeks now, saying, oh, goal difference will come into play and City have not been able to outdo us. Well, they scored 5 against Wolves, 4 against Fulham. That's 9 in their last 2 games. Goodbye goal difference, effectively. And all we had to show was one measly goal today from a mistake by Johnny Evans. And we knew that in addition to, their squad deficiencies, it would be Casemiro and Evans in the defence today. And we just weren't quite able to score more. We needed a bit of a statement win. I've got Carl down over here. We had a wonderful video session last night, a Saturday night fever, if you will. And we were talking a great deal about it. He was predicting a 2-1. I was telling him I was confident of predicting a 3-1 win, although it wouldn't surprise me if somehow we mucked it up. Well, we got the win, but there were times when we looked absolutely like mucking it up. And the worst part is a lot of these Arteta inners are going to control the narrative, saying, "Look, we got the win," and Carla said it perfectly. Stinky performance. It's a performance that would sort of, it reminds you of Stilton cheese. It stinks to high heaven, but it can either taste delicious or it can taste absolutely disgusting. And again, it's 3 points, but this is just going to confirm that we are nowhere near the levels of City, and we don't deserve to consider ourselves near the levels of Manchester City unless we can start to improve ourselves. And I think a large number of people are now saying, you know what? Even if we lose the league, the fact that we took it to the last day of the game of the season rather than losing it beforehand is a big improvement, and we should be proud of ourselves. And we've been having people talking on Twitter about how we should prepare a banner or a parade. For Pete's sake, we've had better performing teams finish runners up in several seasons gone by, and none of them ever had a banner from the fans saying, "We're so proud of you." For Pete's sake, everything has literally gone to pot. And when you take a look at it, the fact that William Saliba was easily our standout performer today, I think it says it all. There was a point in the first half where that little Argentinian maestro, Alejandro Garnacho, was running us ragged and threatening to try and, take the game by the scruff of its neck and really try and win the game get something for United. On one occasion, Garnacho was running, but Saliba kept calm, watched the ball, and, he blocked it. And he literally was our standout performer today. It's hard to think of any other player who really had a good game. I mean, Rice was perhaps okay. But where was Captain Odegaard? All of these idiots who have been giving me all sorts of grief for expressing my views on Odegaard on a previous stream, saying, he flatters to deceive against the bigger teams and ends up going missing more often than not. And unless he wins silverware, he will never be a great captain. Well, they're going to talk about this win and say, well, Odegaard did what he had to do. He had some corners near the end of the day. And they will say, you know what, we shouldn't complain. For heaven's sake, there were so many things wrong about the performance today, and this is why we are not going to win the league this season. So I'm at peace. So what you're seeing over here is not a meltdown. You're not seeing me getting completely angry, but in no way am I going to celebrate that win. Yeah, is it good that we broke the Old Trafford hoodoo and won again for probably the second time in the last 20-odd years? Yeah, it is. But this was an absolutely diabolical Manchester United team. It got slapped before by Crystal Palace barely on Monday, barely 6 days ago. And all we could do was muster one goal and literally stink our way to a win. We don't deserve to win the league. And several players today have got to look at themselves and say, you know what? We didn't turn up. We didn't do ourselves justice. And we don't deserve to win the league. And now we have a situation where the same fans who were abusing Ange Postecoglou after the North London derby are now begging Spurs' team and Ange to beat Manchester City. The shamelessness disgusts me. And I know that Darren Sullivan will be feeling the same way. A very good evening to you, sir. Enjoying your walk. And we will be coming to you later. But I've said everything I want to say. All I will say now is that I'm at peace. I'm happy we won today, but we are not winning the league. And sadly, next season, it's the same thing again and again and again.
Big thanks, Manny, for that. Yeah, look, I agree with a bit of your. There's a few things I disagree with you there. I'll come back to it. I want to ask you a few questions, but I want to go to Carl, Gun Down UK. Big up to you, mate. What's your thoughts on the game?
Sorry, mate. Can you actually move on to someone else? I'm putting my boy in the bath quickly. Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Absolutely, no problem. I know, Darren, you're still out and about there. You're walking. Arteta out still. What's your reasoning behind it? I suppose, Darren. I want to give you your voice. What's your reasoning behind it?
Right, my reason behind it is we've lost 5 games this season. We're coming probably 2 points. Let's say City win all their games, which they probably will. We're coming 2 points close to them from winning the league. So it appears to me that everyone's memories just gets wiped out for the rest of the season. You've got to look at these things over the whole season. Just because you sort of catch up as you're approaching the finishing line and your opponent, you can see the backs of their heels. Is this like what we're all in it for? I mean, you know, that's my justification for still being Arteta out. How many people last season said, oh, give him the transfer window in the summer and then give him this season, and definitely if he don't win anything, then he's got to go. And we hear the same thing every season. No doubt we'll hear it, whatever happens, which is going to be a Man City Premier League win. They're going to win the title. I can't see Tottenham doing anything for us, because Man City, when they know the pressure's on, they've got the players, and I've seen the way they're playing recently, more recently, is teams can't even get the ball off Man City. They just strangle them to death, basically. They get the ball and they're playing about in midfield defence, and the other teams are just running around trying to play catch up, really. And that's why I can't see Tottenham doing us a favour at all. So here we go again. It's just rinse and repeat. It's shocking. And when you see the same old players that are going around taking photographs after Liverpool wins at home, Martin Odegaard, who I think is a disgrace, and I think it's a national disgrace that player even starts at our football club. I don't see anything he brings to the table in the big games. Yeah, against all the little games he'll come in with a goal against Luton at home and all this, but he needs to be sold. He needs to be binned. He's just not good at Ben White. As is he fit for England? Runs away. As you can see, I've got my England top on, looking forward to the Euros. I'm not excited. I'm getting up a couple of weeks ago for the North London derby, and I couldn't give a shit in the morning. I'm not interested because I know what's happening. It's too predictable. I like a bit of belief. I like to be able to get up in the morning and think, well, my team, my club, have got all this millions of pounds. We're a multi-million pound machine of a club, right? And I expect them, my team, to win a few trophies. If I was supporting a team that didn't have all this money, right, and we had half the amount of money, my expectations would be down, would be coming down. And I would be like a lot of these fans, and I would turn around and say, well, do you know what? We can't compete with Man City. But we can, because we're 2 points below them. So what's gone wrong, Arteta? I'll tell you what's got wrong. You don't know what you're doing, mate. The best player in for the season for me has been Trossard by a country mile. Go and have a look at the stats. The poor bloke has been on the bench getting sacked by Arteta, who doesn't realise what he's got in front of him. And I hold responsible Arteta for this failure again. You know, yet again, I hold him responsible again. He's got to go. And until he goes, just enjoy we nearly done it. We nearly done it. You know, it's just pathetic. And I'm just sick of it. Today, again, normally I'd be right up for Manchester United away, you know. I'm not even that fucking bothered anymore about watching these games, because I know what's going to happen. We've won today. There was a bit of pressure on, and credit to them, they got the result. I get all that, but falling short again. Perhaps if they were toning down their celebrations against the Liverpools and the Man Cities at home, they might have focused on actually getting points against massive outfits like Fulham and Aston Villa, you know. So, you know, West Ham again, more drop points. So that's where we've lost the league. That's where we've lost it. And all right, people might hold a candle and they'll be getting their candles out on Tuesday night for Tottenham and come on you Spurs and all this nonsense. But is anyone really expecting Tottenham to beat them? The way Man City are at the minute, they're trained soldiers. They're ready, and they will go and annihilate Tottenham 4 or 5-0, and then they'll have their party at home to West Ham on next weekend. Is it next weekend? I don't know. So that's why I'm Arteta out still. I just want him out of here because although it's like an illusion. It's like a fake. He's a very good fake. If you get a Rolex watch and then you get a fake Rolex, you can have a very good counterfeit next to the real thing. And Arteta is the biggest counterfeit in Premier League football. And now Klopp's gone. Pep is the only proper world-class manager in the Premier League, because Man City invested in a world-class manager. But Arsenal don't want to do it, and we're failures. Ran over.
Cheers, Darren. Thanks for that, mate. Like, I'm a bit like I don't care about Arteta at the minute, if you know what I mean. You know, like we just came short. The Villa game for me was a huge game. There was other few games that we drew that we should have won, and I get what you're saying. I do agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you, like, you know, but I'm just like at the minute, like I'm trying to hold on. Kyle Walsh said it to me there a while ago. He goes, Del, the league is done. We're not winning anything. We're not winning anything. I agree with him. I can't see Man City slipping up, you know, and it's just the hope that kills me. I just always want to just please, fucking. I was pissed off watching the Fulham game yesterday. I was watching it and flying fucking kites, the wankers, like, fuck you, Fulham. Like, fuck you and your club and your fucking supporters for fucking demanding that. Oh, let's go out and fly kites. You absolute wankers. I hope you're relegated next season. I fucking do. Because what team goes out and says, oh, Asher, we're grand. Well, you could have had a top 10 finish, you shower of cunts. Like, fuck off, you I'm not getting started. I don't want to get wound up. I'm sorry. Carl,
they had a few too many spoonfuls of sugar.
Yeah, like, fire Titans, fuck off over here, you cunts. Like, I swear to God, and I'm sorry for using them words, but it winds me up. Like, you know, Spurs, and I'm looking at Jamie O'Hara, and I'm looking at fucking wankers on Talk Sport talking about, oh, we want to lose. Like, seriously. Like, let's talk about, I remember at the time a few years ago, fucking Arsenal needed Spurs to do them a favour in White Hart Lane. And Spurs bent over backwards and took the Man United train. They took everything they had. So I can't see Spurs doing it, because Spurs are fucking dog shit. And I'm fucking saying it. Oh, Delia said we're dog. You fucking are, all right? To me, all right, Spurs are nothing. They're fucking useless. They're a piss poor club. They're fucking shit. That's what I think of Spurs. So to me, they're not a rival. I picture United as a rival, right? That's what it is to me. And I don't give a fuck, and I'll get slated over on whatever any Instagram and bollocks it is. I don't care, because what's your trophies? When did you last win the trophy? So to me, top four is a trophy for you. Yeah, fuck you. Your manager, like, you know what I mean? He's a good manager. Top four, have a celebration, yeah? If you get it, they won't get it because they'll bend over backwards, and their supporters, like Jamie O'Hara. Jamie O'Hara, to me, is what Spurs is. He's a fucking knobhead. He used to be at Arsenal, by the way, and he was just there, I think I deserve more. He thought he deserved more, like, I should be playing for Barcelona and all. You're a deluded fucking dickhead. You know what I mean? And that's the way he is. And that's the way Spurs fans are. They think they're but you know what? We let Man City just bend us over and just take one. That's what they do. And fair enough, that's grand. Arsenal, it should have been an Arsenal fans. Arsenal should have won a few games that they lost. They should have won a few games that they drew. You know, but anyway, sorry, I'm going on a rant. Carl, I want to bring you in here, mate. I hope you're ready. What are you saying about today? I know it was a boring game. I know, like, you know, but look, Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal. I'll take it all day long in Old Trafford.
I'll take the result all day long, but the manner of the performance was that was probably one of the worst I've seen all season, if not the worst. I would like to know what the hell Mikel Arteta said to the team at halftime. I really, really do, because it was like we're sitting 11 men behind the ball with saying they come and break us down. I don't like it at all when you're going to a 1-0 lead and knowing that we're trying to sit back for the rest of the game. I absolutely hated it. Whenever we got the ball, they pressed us off and we couldn't get past the halfway line. And it was just an awful performance overall. And listen, I just think that anyone who thinks that Tottenham are going to do us a favour, you need to give your head a wobble. You really, really do. Because there's no way City are dropping points. There is no way. And people say, oh, but you could always have hope. Yeah, and it's the hope that kills you. And at the end of the day, we've only got ourselves to blame. And people say they will continue to use their victim complex of 115 charges FC and that sort of thing. But you know what would have helped not sting this and not actually win the league? Not gifting Tottenham 2 goals at the Emirates. Or how about how about only having 2 shots on target away to Newcastle where we lost 1-0? Or how about not lose to Unai Emery twice in the season? How about only taking 1 point out of a possible 6 from Fulham? Oh, and how about in that stretch of December where we only won 1 in 5 games and we have fucking Les Dennis at left back and Kai Havertz playing in the left side of midfield, which we knew at the start of the season didn't bloody work. I've just laid out what the problems are. And I said in my pre-show, back in August, he has to win something, even if it is just the measly Carabao Cup. At least you've done what you're supposed to do in sports to win trophies. Because his CV just reads nothing. Arteta's CV just reads absolutely nothing. I had an argument with someone the other day that he included the Charity Shield as a major. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? That's not classed as a major. It's because they said, yeah, because it's classed as the FA version of the Super Cup because it's based in charity rules. It's on charity rules. It's not in professional rules. That's why the likes of the DFL Cup in Germany, the Super Cup in Spain, they are all played under professional rules. That is deemed a major, not the Charity Shield. That is a one-off game for charity, and it goes to causes. It's just a glorified soccer aid. Let's just put it straight, shall we? We don't deserve to win the league because we screwed up in the first half of the season. The players are to blame, but the biggest amount of blame should be on the manager because he kept being stubborn, he kept being arrogant in his own ways, and in the end, it's come back to bite us on the backside. Now, look, I'm not cheering on Tottenham beating Man City because that's just ghastly. That's just absolutely ghastly. 99% of the 99%, there's no chance. You'll always have that 1% hope. You'll always have that 1% in you, but it's too little, too late. We've done our own damage to ourselves, and if we do lose the league by 2 points to Man City, we have only got ourselves to blame. And that is as simple as that.
Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. And Les Dennis, I'll tell you, I'll be using that as well, Carl. That's absolutely quality, mate. And big up to Zach. Yeah, big up, mate. I hope you're doing well. The two Irish bros, check their channel out. That's my son, Zach, and his channel. They do a lot of stuff. I'll drop a link into the description, or else if you're there, Zach, throw it into the comments. And please do hit the subscribe button. And people, for fuck's sake, there's only 15 likes. Smash the fucking like out of it. Please do help along the channel. I want a neutral point of view here. Henry, you're coming in here. As a Liverpool fan, you have seen all this. And this is why I wanted you on the channel today, is because Liverpool fans have seen all this. With the charges coming in for Man City, the 115 charges that are coming in, surely one of them, surely two, surely three of them are going to get hit. And let's say for me, Liverpool are absolutely being robbed by Man City for the last few years that they've always ran Man City close. How for you is it going to feel if Man City get done and next thing Liverpool get thrown, 1, 2, 3 trophies? How is it going to be feeling for you?
Well, all this talk about City has been doing my head in, to be honest, because City are City. They have probably paid bribes to UEFA and FIFA to keep quiet, and I don't think that even if any of those charges go ahead, they would probably just go down to the Championship, if at all. And I don't think, really, the charges will happen. I think they would just get swept under the carpet. Because they are City. Their owners have so much wealth. And I think that because they have so much wealth, they can do so much with it. Not in good terms, but I think we have been the only ones that have gone toe-to-toe with City. And yes, we've lost out. But football is corrupt. It's a diabolical game because of all the VAR and the referees. So, who knows? I mean, I just don't think, even with the 115 charges, I don't think they're going to stick with City. It's all hype. There's no actual base behind them. Because they've done Everton. They've done Nottingham Forest. I feel sorry for them, Everton and Nottingham Forest, because you've also got Chelsea, who are also corrupt when Abramovich was owner. So, I just take a game as it comes, and that's that. If they get done, they get done. If they don't, they don't. It's one rule for City and one rule for everybody else. And that's that. I can't see anything more.
I know, yeah. I feel the same. Like, I don't think anything will happen to them because they, like, their owner, right, and I don't know if people seen it, but their owner fucking owns 4 jumbo jets. He owns, like, he's a trillionaire, basically, okay? So if anything needs to be done, if any bribes need to be done, if any, like, you know, judge needs to be bought, he's doing it. Easy. Let's be honest about it. You know what I mean? Because they are a state-owned club. Them New York Red Bulls, Mumbai FC, and, like, you know, the list goes on. Like, they shouldn't be allowed to do all this fucking stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It's so fucking frustrating. And listen to the words I'm fucking saying. It's going to end the fucking Premier League as the best league in the world. And I fucking guarantee you that. Because it's going to get boring and people are going to go, do you know what? City are just going to win it. Why am I going to fucking watch this league? And I'm telling you that now, seriously. Yeah. Because leagues are interesting when, like, you know, the German league, Bayern Munich used to, obviously didn't this year, but win it all the time. Real Madrid win it or Barcelona win it. There's never a Valencia, there's never a Sevilla, there's never, like, you know, one of these teams that, wow, that interests people. Like, it'd be interesting if Arsenal won the league this year. You know what I mean? Like fucking stop buying the league. Like, it's fucking ruining football. You know what I mean? It was great that Leicester won at that time, even though Arsenal came second last day of the season. But it was interesting that they won it. Everyone got behind it. This whole Man City winning the fucking league all the time by buying everything that they fucking that they've done is so annoying. And mark my words, it will fuck this league up, and I guarantee that 100%. Because everyone's going, what's the point in watching the Premier League because City are going to win? 100%. Big call. I want to give a big shout out to the Smash Bros. Absolute legends, quality young fellas. I love you guys. But if you're new around here, please hit the sub button, hit the like, show a bit of support. Central, I'm coming to you, mate. You're not on the beer today. Why are you not on the beer? You should be on the beer. Were you happy with the result or what? Wait, I was expecting, I'll tell you now, I was expecting at least 3-1. That's what I was expecting. That's what I thought. Didn't happen. 1-0 to the Arsenal. What are you saying?
Yep. It's a good win. We drag it to the final game of the season next week. Man, that was a boring game. Good to see Trossard scored, but besides that, we should have got beat by 3-1. They didn't. The team is not. They didn't feel like scoring today. Like they're just like not up for it. They just care about the go on holidays. That type of stuff. But we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen next week. You have to let's let things play out. But like we won, and that was that.
But can you see Spurs doing a job for us, or West Ham? And I'm going to get a West Ham on now, and Tony on in a minute. He's in the background. I'll get you on now in a second, Tony. But can you see West Ham doing a job? Are they on the beach?
I don't know. Sometimes football's a funny game. You thought like, oh, that team's going to win, and then all of a sudden they lose. But I don't know. I don't really get my hopes up on West Ham beating Man City. That's not gonna. I don't think that's gonna happen, man. I can't really predict. No one can predict the future. But same as the Spurs game on Tuesday. We don't know. If Spurs gonna turn up or not. It's just like football is just it's just a funny game. It's just a funny game. It's
can you see anything happening though? Like what I mean with the whole like Spurs West Ham. Can you see anything? Give me something. Give me fucking something here, mate. I'm trying to grab out the something. I can't see it myself. I fucking can't.
No. They're probably flying kites like Fulham.
yeah. Don't say fuck off. Here, I want to just give it, Henry. Please do shout out your socials. I know you're willing to give your life here to get someone else on because I've loads of people trying to get on here. So please do give a shout out and please do subscribe and everything like that and follow Henry. So give a shout out, please.
Well, thank you very much for Dal. My socials are Red Awesomely on Twitter. I follow Manny Thankjoy and you, Dal. And my YouTube is Henry Ray Baker. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. But thanks very much. Cheers, guys.
No problem. Thanks, Henry. Take care. All the best, mate.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
See you, Henry.
And Static's in the building. Static's there, sitting there waiting patiently. Thanks a million for coming on yet again, mate. How are you doing? Please do. Sum up today's game. How did you feel about today's game?
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. Fantastic. That was a diabolical performance. That was the most boring game I've ever watched. Probably all season, to be honest. Let's be honest. Look, I actually predicted 1-0 because I just had a weird feeling Arsenal was going to put in one of those weird, nervy type of performances, and I was right. We should have killed the contest. We should have ended the contest in the second half. The chances that Rice and Martinelli had, I don't know how it wasn't 2 or 3-0. But look, credit to Man United, they kept themselves in the game. But because I was thinking of the goal difference, well, we should have won at least 2-0. But it's just, I didn't like the fact we were just, once again, we take the lead and we just sit back and defend for the rest of the game. That's how I saw it. But yeah, I was not happy with that performance. I was really pissed off, to be honest. We deserved to win, but just because I'm thinking of the goal difference, guys. It's just that was just so frustrating to watch, and it almost put me to sleep as well. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like for me, it was just like fucking, watching shite dry. That's what it was to me. It was just something you started to watch it, and you just says, right, I need to know the result here. Obviously, being an Arsenal supporter, it's like I was not one bit nervous for this Man United game. Going back about, I'd say easily a month ago. I was just there. Now we're smashing them. It's in Old Trafford, Dale. No, we're smashing them. I don't care. I feel a bit shortchanged, to be honest with you, because it was only 1-0. But, like, you know, I'm only talking about this game. We got out there with the victory. I'll take that. I'm like, you know, I know Palace battered them, but every game is different. You know what I mean? For me, as I said earlier on, Spurs, North London Derby, I don't understand why we get so involved in the North London Derby, because Spurs are fucking dirt. And that's my opinion. So you just go out and beat them. You know what I mean? For me, the big game is the North London Derby, let's say. The Derby game is the United game as an Irish fan, because the United are always up. There's so much supporters for that. I was getting it today beforehand the game. Oh, we're going to wreck your league campaign and all this bollocks and stuff like that. And I'm just there. No, I don't think so. I thought we were going to beat them by more, but didn't happen. But I just want to go to Tony first, because Tony, I'm going to Mass tomorrow. I'm going to Mass on Tuesday. I'm going to Mass on Wednesday. I'm going to Mass on Thursday, and so on and so fucking forth, because I want the Hammers, the Irons, to do us a big fucking favour. Can they do it? I'm after bringing you up. Come on. Can they do it? Go on, Tony.
Of course we can. You know we can do it.
Yes.
Without doubt. If we do it is another thing, though. But, of course, you've got to have confidence. You know what I'm saying, Dale? Good evening to you and to the panel as well, and obviously to people into the chat. Look, 3 points is 3 points. Yeah, simple as that. That's what you got to look at it, you know, take it like that. But as you said, considering that your season's been and how Man United are, you know full well when it come to this game, Man United was turning up, and he only took one mistake by Casemiro to play him on side. Other than that, you was looking at a draw. And look, Arteta, he must have trod in something before he came into that ground, because obviously, the luck stays with that man through thick and thin. But that performance in itself, nah. I was on a show, watching a show earlier on, and they said exactly, when you look at it, do you deserve to win the title with a performance like that? It doesn't really show you. This is where you're lacking, I think, still in the league. So yeah, but hopefully we can try and do a job for you come the last game of the season, Zell. But no promises.
No, like it's going to be tough, like for West Ham. Like a last game of the season, you're safe. You're like, for me, and it's no disrespect to West Ham. The manager's going. I don't think the players are going to, they're millionaires and stuff like this. I don't think they're going to turn around and go, oh, I need to put a shift in today. For me, I'm just holding on for the Spurs game, and that's no offense to the Hammers. But it's we can all see it coming. You know what I mean? It's for an Arsenal fan to lose the league by 2 points is going to be frustrating. It's going to be very frustrating, because we all know there was games there that we drew, we should have won, and if we turn that draw into a win, you win the league. It's so fucking frustrating. But like this Darren was in there earlier on, Arteta out, everything like that. Yeah. For you, Tony, I just want to ask you the question: is Darren wrong? Is what can you see from Arsenal? We've challenged for the last 2 seasons. It's supporters like Darren, and I'm still the jury's out there. I'm just leaving it till the end of the season. I'm not thinking about the Arteta at the minute. I'm just want to see what happens at the end of the season, evaluate. I'll talk to Kyle Walsh. I'll get Kyle Walsh on the show. I'll have a chat with him, and he'll tell me, get the fucker out. But you know what I mean? Like from like a West Ham, a neutral point of view, like are we mad? Like are we mad as Arsenal fans?
You Arsenal at the end of the day, you're a big club in that respect, and you expect to kind of be winning things at this stage. But when you think about it, last season, yeah, we know the games the way you threw it away. 93% of the season, it was all yours. And obviously then the 3 teams that you played, obviously one of them was us. You threw that, it threw the title away for you guys. I think you learned from it. Don't get me wrong, but again, you're still lacking the edge. So we're looking at Arteta. We know he's got no plan B. Sometimes you've got to question if he's actually got a plan A. And at the same point, you still haven't got enough to push it over the edge. So when you know full well he spent over £750 million, he's no doubt going to get more back in the summertime to build up this squad. Your bench is still too weak. You've still got dead wood in the on the bench and sitting in the basically earning a crust. So yeah, there's still a lot for this club to do, and that's where for an Arsenal fan it must be so frustrating. But the manager himself, look, full well he brings in the money. The merch store, everyone's buying the merch all the time. The Cronkies are just kind of rubbing their hands. Yep, lovely. We'll have that all day long. So why would they want to get rid of a manager that's still bringing income in for them?
Yeah, regardless of the
results.
Yeah, see, this is the thing that I have, and I agree with Darren and Warren and everyone else, but he's not going, and I'm just not bothered in beating that banjo there because I'm just it's not going to happen. He's the Cronkies can turn around and they let's say if me, Darren, Warren, Kyle sat in a boardroom with them and so says this is why we think he should be leaving, and they'll just go, but he's challenged for the last 2 seasons. He's challenging
and winning are 2 completely different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. 100%. I 100% get that, Carl. I really do. And for me, it's not just Arteta. It's Adu as well, because we needed a striker in January. He didn't get one. We did need him, and we just says no. Do you know what? We'll fucking stick with Eddie Nketiah because Eddie Nketiah will do what we need to fucking do. What did Eddie Nketiah do today? He sat on the fucking bench. He's not good enough to get in the Arsenal team.
So you look at us there. I mean, obviously, yes, we're not going to compete with the likes of Arsenal's and obviously the cities, etc. But you look at our manager, 3 years in Europe, and obviously it's not good enough. So that's the reason why he's going. He didn't want to sign the contract. The board offered him it. Semi-final, you win the final, quarterfinals. But yeah, time moves on. You have to move on. But your manager, unfortunately, be there forever and a day.
And see, Tony, this is what I'm talking about. It's about money. Champions League money brings you your fucking your it happened Wenger for years. He always got top 4. That's the reason why he stayed at Arsenal.
Yeah.
It wasn't because the board loved him or he's Mr. Arsenal. They were looking at the fucking dollars. Let's be honest about it. That's what they were looking at. David Moyes the year before you won that trophy. David Moyes, I think, was there or thereabouts to getting sacked. He got them into Europe, and he goes and wins Europe. He bought himself another season. Yep. He didn't get into Europe this season, and that was the end of him. And that's what it talks about. At the end of the day, it's about money. Arteta is winning. He's winning. He's getting into the Champions League. He's getting them Champions League money. He's there until he doesn't get Champions League money. And what happened, Wenger? We didn't get Champions League. There was no arses on seats. There was no money coming in. See you later, Arsene Wenger. The statue they have up outside the ground and everything like that, it doesn't fucking matter. It's a money game. That's what it's about. Cool, That's what it's about. It's a money game. Okay? Arteta is sexy. He's gorgeous. He's this. He's that. He's getting them in the Champions League. He's selling the merch. Del Boy's getting fake merch, but he's selling the merch. You know what I mean? But this is what it's about, people. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Please do and smash the like. I really do appreciate it. Manny, are you Arteta in or are you Arteta out? And I'm saying it fucking straight out to you because I've never asked you the question. The floor is yours, mate.
I am also very much Arteta out, but I mentioned at the top of the show that I am at peace today. I'm at peace knowing that we broke the Old Trafford hoodoo, but I'm also at peace knowing that we won't win the league. And I've made my peace with the fact that the board have made it clear that Arteta is the man going forward. So I can say Arteta out all I want. I can have so many rants, as many rants on Twitter as I want. Carl knows my Twitter feed well. He's seen a lot of my tweets. He knows that I have to deal with a lot of idiots, every single day. So, listen, I'm still Arteta out. And Static, of course, will continue to be Arteta out. Many of us will continue to be Arteta out. And as Carl has brilliantly said, challenging and winning are two different things. Let's also consider in perspective, as I think I might have mentioned, the fact that, there might be a banner this season at the end of the season saying, well done, boys. We're so proud of you for finishing second. We've had better teams over the years, as I've said, finishing second, and none of those teams were ever rewarded with standing ovations from the club's fans and banners saying, no problem, we're so proud of you.
Sorry, Manny, but Bayern Munich are sacking Thomas Tuchel because they finished second and hasn't won anything this season.
Absolutely. And to those people, there are some people who have this theory who said that Tuchel might
AC Milan as well at the end of the season, they're also sacking their manager as well. They're finishing second behind Inter.
Yeah, 18 points and all of that. And so also there was this theory, of course, that they wanted to bring Tuchel in for a possible Champions League triumph. And maybe if, the refereeing hadn't have been so diabolical that night, maybe Bayern Munich could be talking about playing an all-German Champions League final against Edin Terzic's Dortmund. But, if ifs and buts were sweets enough, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. And those Arsenal teams of years gone by would smoke this current lot hands down, especially with chronic underperformers like Martin Odegaard in the team. Thomas Partey had a pretty poor game by standards. He was excellent since coming back and really was a difference maker. But today he chose the worst game to, not really show up. And in fact, it's very hard to find a player who can say hand on heart they had a good game, except for Saliba. Trossard, of course, did his best, and Darren was able to big him up. And when Martinelli came on, he came on and looked lively. He had a chance which could have been scored only for no, as I call him, to pull off a save. So, but anyway, I'm glad you brought Tony on, because Carl and I have a mutual dislike of this person named Kinos who runs a blog called She Wore Yellow Ribbon. And that blog is nothing but the most disgusting, disgraceful pro-Arteta propaganda you will ever see. There was an article that idiot wrote for his blog saying, at that Christmas time where we actually lost to Tony's lot at home during the Christmas period by saying, we're performing so well, but we're not getting the results that we deserve. What a load of absolute rubbish. And that idiot had the nerve to say, because David Moyes is such a poor manager, he's satisfied with the result, but doesn't care about the performance where, we dominated West Ham all game and we didn't deserve to lose. We should have won that game. Typical whining and moaning about how it's not fair. We should have won. Pathetic. And David Moyes has won a European trophy more recently than we have. And West Ham are asking him to leave because apparently results this season, the way the club has been progressing hasn't been good enough, and they want to go forward. I'm not necessarily sure that hiring Julen Lopetegui, who failed at Real Madrid and failed with Spain, is necessarily the best idea, but, that's just me. So all these results which took place over the Christmas period and also earlier during the season, they completely mucked us over, and we have to take a look at ourselves and blame ourselves. But the worst part is, though, that these Arteta inners are going to control the narrative by saying we deserve credit for playing such seductive, silky football, scoring goals left, right, and centre. And then when we have, stinky performances on both trips to Manchester, we say, well, at least we've shown how flexible we are, and we should be proud of all of that. I mean, make up your mind. We should have taken the bull by the horns against City. We should have taken the bull by the horns today against this, completely weak, utterly poor Manchester United team, and we failed to do so. And I know you're going to disagree, and I respect you. I love you, mate. I big you up 110% the way you big me up. And all of us are going to take the win. I mean, we're not looking gift horses in their mouth. But we have to be honest with ourselves and say that there are levels over here. If Manchester City had played at Old Trafford today, they'd have smoked them for 6 or more. Yeah. We need to be honest with ourselves about that. So I'm going to say right now that, we have to be honest with ourselves and say, unless we really level up and really show that we are determined to improve ourselves and really go better, we have no right whatsoever to claim that we deserve a lot more. And these same fans have the nerve to, mock Jurgen Klopp, who's leaving. He's the only manager who's been able to break the City stranglehold. So the City stranglehold has been broken. To heck with the 115 charges. And we could talk about the 115 charges till the cows come home. But we did have our chances to win the league. Last season, we should have won it, and we mucked up badly. This season, we might have taken it to the last game of the season, but really, that's just a distinction without any real difference. So next season, he's got to win, or we need to make sure that we are loud and united in our protests demanding that he leaves. I know the static has just gone, so he didn't hear me, but I know he'd agree with everything I said. I know Carl agrees with me. And Gemma, let me welcome you to the chat. Long time no see. I hope you've been well. I'm sure you'll agree with me as well, or maybe not, but I respect your opinion anyway.
Yeah, look, I just want to big shout out to Static. He's just after letting Gemma in there because I've loads of people in the chat wanting to get in, and if you are, just check it out, and I'll throw the link back in if you want. Carl, if you want to shoot, back in 10 minutes, absolutely no problem.
Because I've got my show coming up shortly myself.
Give a shout out to your channel there.
I just want to say something to Manny first of all, because obviously his comments there's a lot of relevance in there. And the main thing is when you look at that silky football, where you've smashed teams 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, if you finish second, counts for nothing.
Yeah,
absolutely counts for nothing. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And on that note, my name is Tony. I'm from Early Doors Football TV. Got my show starting at 8 o'clock. Dale, as always, pleasure. Good seeing you, matey. And keep smiling, mate. That's the main thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Seen, you know what I mean? And I need to see more.
Exactly.
That's for sure. But panel, thanks for being in there. Good seeing you as always. And good night.
Take care, Tony. Cheers,
take care of yourself.
Take care, Dale.
Gemma, I just want to get you on. I know you've been waiting there patiently, and Static got you in exactly like that. And really appreciate that, Static. But Gemma, what are you saying about today's result? What were you expecting first of all? Now, be honest. And I know you will be. At the start of the game, what was your score prediction?
3-0.
Yeah. I went 3-1.
Maybe a 3-1.
Yeah, I thought McTominay was going to score one. That's what I was fucking on. The bastard was scoring. But how did you think? I was on the edge of my seat. Say again?
I said I was on the edge of my seat most of the match.
Yeah, and for that game, for how poor United were, how boring it was, you shouldn't have been. You know what I mean? But we were as Arsenal fans, But look, at the end of the day, it is Old Trafford, and I'm not sticking up for the team. I'm not sticking up for anyone. I'm not sticking up for Arteta. Odegaard was shit today. I don't know why. I really don't know why he was shit today, because you're a captain. You're in Old Trafford. The amount of fucking legends, players, not Arsenal players, but I'm just saying players in general, would love to play in that stadium. And you're coming to that stadium going, we can hop off these today. We can show these fuckers how to fucking destroy them. We're champions. In about 10 years' time, they could be hopping off us in the Emirates. Do it to them now. Fucking do it to them. Fucking batter the cunts. But no, we're just looking at the things going, look, I feel sorry for them. Palace bleeding, batter them during the week. No! Run through them. Yeah, Man City. You can win the league this fucking year, but I'm fucking telling you one thing, you're not going to win the league next year. You put a marker down.
I think West Ham, they've been really good this season, just because obviously I've been working at the stadium, so I've seen it quite a lot. They've been really good this season, West Ham. So I think maybe they'll draw against City.
No. Gemma, I don't know if you smoke and if you smoke the funny tobacco, but if you've been on it today, get off it, because you're talking shy. You're talking shy. I'm calling out, Gemma. I'm calling out.
That's no way to talk to a lady. Don't talk to a lady that way. Be nice.
Gemma, what are you saying?
I think they'll win it.
Oh, Jesus. Gemma, I'm telling you now, and I promise you this, right? I promise you this. I've been to West Ham's ground. I've went in. Went in. Had a look around the shop and all this sort of stuff. I was there, right?
Yeah.
I will if West Ham, and I swear to God, I'll do this, right? If West Ham beat Man City, I'm going over. I'm getting a megaphone, and I'm going to start calling your name out. I says, Gemma, come out and give me a hug. Come out and give me a hug. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say because I can't see it happening, mate.
You know what you need to do, Del? As in 2006, break into song. I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Yeah. Here, I've loads of tattoos there. There's a bit of space around here. I might put Gemma's name on it if they do. And here, I'm not fucking messing either. I'm a bleeding mad bastard. I'll probably do something like that. But can you not see that West Ham will be on the beach now at this stage because their manager's gone? You know, they're safe. I think that's up there.
Sorry, I can barely hear you. I can hear you in the background.
You're in a drum or something, are you?
I'm not.
No, I was just saying West Ham are on the beach. How are you saying that? Like, don't give me this hope because I'll just say there's a hope there. There's hope there. Gemma says that West Ham have been playing well, but I think they're on the beach. I think every Arsenal fan thinks they're on the beach. They're done.
Yeah, I don't know really.
You're just taking an old gasp at it. I know what you mean. Central, what is Gemma on the wacky stuff, or are you thinking the same? Could West Ham do?
I'm not too sure, man.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'll get Static on. Static's back in. Static, what's Gemma saying? She thinks West Ham can do a job on City. Exactly.
Pray for a
Yeah.
miracle. Pray for a miracle.
I'm going to mass all this week.
It's going to be annihilation.
Oh.
Sorry, West Ham. I think you're going to lose 6-0 to Man City.
What about Tottenham?
Although, do it for Moyes. Do it for Moyes.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, I think they may win. Even a draw.
I'll take a draw all day long. I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for just City to not win. That's all I'm asking for.
Fair enough.
It is like, for me, like, to be honest with you,
Anything's possible.
yeah, but see the thing is, like, look, we look at Spurs. Like, I'm going to do a watch along for it. I'll probably do a watch along for the second half of the game because I have a football match, like, let's say for the first half of the game, but I'll do a watch along and I'm going to wear a white shirt in support of Spurs. Adele, you're an Arsenal supporter. Well, guess what? Spurs are fucking dirt. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't give up. They're not a rival to me. They're not like, I swear to God, they're not. It's like you're gone mad. I don't give a bollocks.
I'd rather drink bleach than
One of my mates, they're a Tottenham fan. He said he's supporting Man City.
Tottenham shirt.
I'm wearing a white shirt. It's not a Tottenham shirt. It's a white shirt.
Yeah, it's a white t-shirt.
That's all it is. Like,
neutral white t-shirt. That's what.
Yeah. It's just in solidarity to them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my mate, he's a Tottenham fan. He said he's supporting Manchester City for that day. I said I'm supporting Tottenham. I said I'll support Tottenham.
Let's go, Spurs. Yeah. Pepsi, I absolutely love that picture. That's the best picture. Your picture of the day, mate. Absolutely picture of the day. That's
big love and respect to Pepsi Pack. He went out of his way to change his Pepsi logo profile picture to that drawing of a
big up,
chicken on a ball.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to read out a few comments because I just want to get a few people involved here. Dale, boy, you have more chance of winning lottery than Arsenal win trophies. Exactly. I won €3 in the lottery this week, so I'm actually counting the eggs. Yes, we're in. No chance, not a player. Are we winning the league? Who would put their mortgage on us winning the league? Exactly, yeah. Big up, Warden. How are you? Pepsi, yes, big up, Lee. We must not say we lost the league by 2 points, but we lost it with a shit manager who blew 800 million. It is a lot, 800 million. What would Ancelotti do with 800 million? What would Pep do with 800 million? What would, these top managers do with 800 million? What would Jose Mourinho do with 800 million? We're at the stage where Man City are just fucking quality. If you take, the amount of money that they've spent, it's is it there or thereabouts? Is this what you need to spend to be up there on the dance floor? You know what I mean? This is what we need. How much do we need to spend this summer? And this is a question for everyone in the chat. What positions do we need to spend in? Midfield for me, I think Partey now is coming to he's peaked. I think he's going to start going down this season. Do you keep another season? I think with the Jorginho signing, giving him an extra year's contract, I think that sort of has settled the whole Thomas Partey will make money off him. He's going to Barcelona or he's going to Europe somewhere or Saudi or somewhere like that. Get a few quid off him. So we need a midfielder. How much do we
manager.
Go, Gemma?
I said, and a new manager.
Well, yeah, but let's be honest about it. He's not getting sacked. So, for me, I'm not wasting my energy in that sort of get rid of him. I'm not like that because he is staying. I don't care what anyone says. He's staying. Okay, so we have to just live with it. You know what I mean? If you're that involved in wanting him out, start a petition, all this stuff, you won't get traction from it because I've been to the Emirates a while ago. And the Emirates is creaming all over Arteta. You know what I mean? They absolutely fucking love him. They love him. He's gorgeous looking. He's he's challenging and stuff like this. If I had
maybe
800
we should go to his house and just shoot him.
But it's a bit harsh. But if I had to spend 800 million, I think I would have won the league by this stage.
Yeah.
100%. Carl, I want to come to you. If you had 800 million, would you have won the league?
Use the beanbag gun, Gemma.
100%.
Yeah.
Sorry, Carl.
That's all right. No, 100%. 100%. You don't look. If you look at the likes of what Xabi Alonso has done with Bayer Leverkusen, and to an even certain degree, Cesc Fabregas, who's in his first managerial job this season with FC Como, he's got them promoted up to Serie A on a budget which is smaller than probably Coventry City's. Don't need to do much. Bayer Leverkusen is another one. They're in the doldrums of the Bundesliga. It's given Xabi Alonso has taken him 60 million to get that team from being absolutely dead shit at the bottom of the Bundesliga to doing a baby treble and going undefeated throughout the entirety of the season. It doesn't take that amount of time in order to win the league. It doesn't. I could see why they're trying to keep hold of him, but could someone on the panel actually name me another top 4 club in Europe that has kept hold of their manager for 4 years and hasn't won anything?
Yep, Gasparini, Atalanta, Italy.
I was going to say
Although
Tottenham,
he could
but
win the Europa League. Sorry, Gemma. I was going to say he could win the Europa League against Bayer Leverkusen, even though it's unlikely, in my opinion, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Go, Gemma.
Oh, I was going to say Tottenham, but they ain't had their manager for 4 years.
I said top 4. I said top 4.
Oh yeah, all right, yeah, all right. I'll let you off.
But here's the question to you, right? And I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here, but is it the right answer to chop and change your manager? Like Chelsea have done it, United I suppose have done it as well. Or do you just stick by your manager? Like at the end of the day, I'm a manager of a kids team, all right. I'm starting to like. Obviously, I've been with them a few years, but I have them at the top of the league at the minute. We're top of the league, okay. And it's just by me getting to know my players and getting the players in that I wanted, and I know their positions and I know what they can do and I know everything like that. And they're playing ball now, and we're top of the league. And I like, I'm like, is it the answer? That's what I'm just saying. Like, I know Munich is sacking Tuchel, like, and other managers around the league, but is it the answer? Like, I'm not saying that like it is. I'm just it's a question I'm just throwing out there. Like, Carl, what do you have to say about that? Like, is it the answer?
It can only go on so far with a manager until everyone's patience runs thin. And I think we're at a certain stage there where some of the more ideological fans, some of the more headstrong type, they will look at this and go, it's been 4 years now, 4.5 years to be precise, and you've won one trophy out of a possible 18. I mean, it doesn't bode well, does it? If you was working in, I know, finance, for example, and you only meet your quota once every 18 times in the space of 4 years, you probably would have been sacked in the first year. It's all about this football is a results game. It's all about the results, and we're not seeing it. Yes, we're seeing the results on the financial side of things. We're seeing the results on the progression of the squad and that sort of thing. And that's great. I look at Mikel Arteta as the Brendan Rodgers before Jurgen Klopp took over. I look at Mikel Arteta as the Claudio Ranieri, and then Jose Mourinho took over at Chelsea. I look at him. He's that platform manager to get the foundations right. And when you've taken us so far, send him on his way, get a high-profile manager in that can take you over the top. It's what Chelsea done with Claudio Ranieri. That's what Liverpool did with Brendan Rodgers. We are at the stage now where we need that next upgrade up of a manager. But unfortunately, we've got a fan base which is so riddled around Mikel Arteta. It's just cringy. It's just so cringy.
But is there a manager out there that's going to, take us to that next level? For me,
Simeone Inzaghi, Diego Simone, I just named two. The Girona manager, although I've heard reports although a very good friend of mine said, oh no, City will not let Girona's manager go to Arsenal because they're part owned. Stick 150 million in front of his face for 4 years and see what happens.
Look, Carl, I don't care. I don't care about anything like that. It's like, I'm loyal to the club. All right, hear me. Arteta's on what, 7 million, 8 million a year. All right, here, we'll give you that wages. He's fucking gone. You know what I mean? Plus, you're going to get fucking 100 million every fucking transfer window. What manager doesn't want that? For me, the only manager that will not take an Arsenal job is Ancelotti. I can't see Ancelotti coming to Arsenal because he's just like, you see him. He's the Don. He is the Don. Like winning Champions League, they're in the Champions League final again. Can go on to win another one. Why would he go to Arsenal? And I know there's a lot of people, and even Warren, even there is like he'd love Ancelotti at Arsenal. I'd love it. Like I think we'd all love him at Arsenal, but he's not going. Like, okay, he's one manager that we can't get. Simeone, I agreed with you this time last year. I wanted Simeone. I just think that we've gone so far in a different type of style of play. It's too much for Simeone. He'd need more play. Like, I'd say he'd need about 200, 300 million to change it to the style of play that he wants to play. I disagree.
I think
we're gone too far on that. Well, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I disagree on that because you've got the foundation, you've got the core structure of the team already. You just need, if Diego Simone came in, I guarantee you in the first meeting of the first dressing room, he's going to kick the living shit out of them.
Yeah.
Because that's the type of manager he is. Yeah. But no, he will install that strong mentality, which we are sort of lacking. What we've done so far this season, getting to the end and so on, is all great and that. But you need that next level up. He's the sort of manager. Yes, okay. Sometimes his football is very crap. It's very boring. It's very, very ugly. It can't be any more ugly than the game that we watched this afternoon, can it? That's the sort of style of play that Simone does actually play. But guess what? It gets results. It might.
I agree. I 100% agree with you, Carl. I really do agree with you. And like this time last year, I wanted Simone as a manager. But I just think he's going to go into that dressing room swinging digs. He's going to go up to Ben White and grab him by the scruff of the neck and fucking tell him what he thinks of him. And Ben White is going to down tools. He's not going to play for him. He will not play for Simeone. He's going to get the English boys then, the likes of Saka, Declan Rice, and etc. He's going to get them and Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson and all this fucking bollocks and just going, he's a wanker. Don't like him. He gave me a fucking an earful. I'm Ben White. I've been playing on Arteta's team right back every game. I've been quality. And that's what he's going to do. And that's what I think. And Simeone, for me, is the manager I am. I want him coming in, swinging digs. You're fucking useless. Get the fuck out of this club and fucking, like, he is exactly what Arsenal need. But I just think a few players will down tools if Simeone comes in. That's my opinion.
I think Ben White is a bit more thick-skinned than some other players.
I don't know. I hope. I'd like to think he is. Like, you know, I don't think so. Because he's not a football supporter, he doesn't care about football. But I just think that's the way he is. Manny, I want to see you're laughing and you're disagreeing, but I want your opinion.
Gentlemen, this is the same Ben White who pretty much spat his dummy out and said, I don't want to be picked for England anymore, because he's still mad about what Steve Holland said to him in Qatar, for Pete's sake. And I'll tell you one thing right now. I don't know if I think I might have said this to you, Del, on a previous stream. It's really ironic how a lot of people will say that, you know, Arteta's come in and changed the character and the discipline and the attitude of the club for the better by getting rid of the likes of Aubameyang and Guendouzi and others. But Ben White is one of those people whose attitude stinks to high heaven, really. I mean, the idea that he can, you know, there was a video on Twitter that was put out basically showing Ben White, you know, sticking his tongue out at the Bournemouth goalkeeper Moura Neto after that 3-2 win and basically acting like an idiot. And the caption was, Ben White is slowly but surely becoming a legend at the club. And I said, nonsense. The man's attitude is absolutely disgraceful. And unless he wins something, he won't be given any respect. He'll just be looked at as an absolute tosser. And if you aren't willing to, you know, compromise your attitude, I mean, meet your national team manager and his coaching staff halfway if you really care about representing England, then you're nowhere near as thick-skinned as people claim you are. And if Simeone were to come in and take a look at Ben White and say, you know what, I don't think you're good enough and you need to shape up or ship out, you know, a serious player will say, you know what, this is Diego Simeone. He's won La Liga with Atletico Madrid. He's also taken them to a Champions League final. And as Carl said on the video we did last night, he's won a few Copa del Reys. So the man is a winner, and he knows exactly what he's talking about. The only person to break the Barcelona-Real Madrid stranglehold in Spain. And so if a class manager like him comes in and says, you know, you need to shape up or ship out, you know, if you are serious about football, you take it on board. And if Ben White decides to down tools, then, you know, he's going to go out. And what I can't understand is how people are so happy to applaud Arteta for cracking the whip and taking players out who apparently don't have the necessary character required. But if Diego Simeone were to do that, I mean, people are going to say, "Oh, that's not fair. Players are going to down tools. If they down tools,
that's what Simeone's going to do. That's what Diego Simeone's going to do. It's just going to be that.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
Lads, I have to, like, I am disagreeing with you still. I just think that the team that we have now it's not a Diego Simeone team. You know what I mean? You have, like, who's the leader in that team? Oh, Odegaard's the captain. No, who's the leader? Like, honestly, I'd say Declan Rice probably at a push. There's no people that will end the career of a player what Simeone wants you to do. There's no Roy, like a Roy Keane would be a
Right,
Simeone player.
I would probably say Gabriel is probably the closest one.
Yeah,
yeah, probably the closest one, possibly.
Yeah. Probably two of them. But that's what I'm saying. So he needs players that are going to put a shift in, that are going to put their fucking heart, their soul on the line, their body, their blood, everything on the line. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we're gone in a different direction now. We went to a crossroads, I think, the season before last. We were at a crossroads where it was either stick with Arteta and back him, or else it's go, get rid of him, get Simeone in, and go on this route. You know what I mean? We're now with Arteta. We backed him. We gave him the 700 million. I honestly think that, Manny. I like, you know, I'm not like I just think we're gone too far. I think we're gone too far for Simeone.
No, I'm going to disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. And listen, I love the fact that we are disagreeing because, you know, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. You know, I always say this, mate. If we cannot agree to disagree without being disagreeable, there's no point in having a discussion. And you and I will never be disagreeable. We have these debates, and that's why we have these sort of things. And big up to Darren, big up to Warren and others who were on that other debate show that we did. And, you know, we can disagree and still make sure that we have nothing but respect for each other in addition to our love for the club. And let me say this. When Jose Mourinho came into Chelsea, and this sort of segues back into what Cole was talking about how we need to level up. Big up, Tony, by the way. And we need to sort of level up. And the very first thing that Jose Mourinho did, I mean, he came in with all this brash arrogance. I am the special one because I won the Champions League. There is nobody more special than me. And, you know, I remember seeing him and thinking, what an absolute toss-up. And one of the very first things he did was announce that he wanted to trim his squad down to the number of players that he wanted, because he said it himself. He didn't like working with big squads. And he said about, you know, telling quite a few players, you're not a part of my plans. Thank you for your service, but you're going to have to leave. And he also, you know, dropped Carlo Cudicini as the first choice goalkeeper and put Petr Cech in. Petr Cech had been brought by Ranieri to provide competition for Cudicini, ironically. But Cech was installed, and the rest is history. Of course, I think Cudicini is an absolute waste of talent because he should have, you know, walked away when he had the chance. But he wanted to be the model professional and good little boy and be the darling of the fans. And look where it got him. But, you know, Mourinho came in and ruffled feathers, and he wasn't afraid to do that. And Simeone may do the same thing. And personally, I'll tell you one thing. I may not necessarily be a fan of Simeone's football either, necessarily, but it does get results. And personally, if I had to choose another manager who would guarantee results as well, alongside, if I had to choose between that person and Simeone, I'd choose that other manager. It could be Inzaghi, it could be Ancelotti, that's fine. But some harsh home truths have got to be written. And I think Carl's going to agree with me, Static will agree with me, and a few others will agree with me when I say that one of the biggest reasons why we mucked it up last season and are about to muck it up this season is that we showed complacency in certain games. There were games which we should have won and didn't win. And so anytime anyone like that ridiculous idiot from She Wore Yellow Ribbon has the nerve to say, you know, we performed well and we didn't get the results we deserved, we got the results that the attitudes of the team and fans like him deserved that day. And so if it means having an attitude change, then so be it. And there are so many things about the likes of Ben White and Aaron Ramsdale and several others in that squad that I didn't like. I remember how, you know, God bless her, Gracie May Brown came onto one of these streams and had the nerve to come at me for daring to criticize Aaron Ramsdale for supposedly having a bad attitude. And she told me to wind my neck in and be more respectful of him and his saves. After that 3-3 draw against Southampton, she stayed silent for the rest of the season. No disrespect to her. She's entitled to her opinion, and I do respect her opinion. But that was an observation that I had. And people like Darren and Warren and others who have supported the club for a long time see these subliminal things. And managers who are willing to take the step up and take the leap up will observe these things and make these decisions. Mourinho's decisions at the beginning were not very popular with some of the fans and maybe not even some of the players. But because Mourinho was brought in and given that support and it worked, you know, he was kept on. And even he was sacked as well after a few seasons because things started to go, you know, balls up, maybe not necessarily in terms of results, but in terms of, you know, attitudes and so forth. And that's what we expect with Mourinho. He's a 2 to 3 season manager, but he wins you trophies. He wins you silverware. Am I saying that we want someone who will be a flash in the pan, win us a trophy, and then, you know, just give us some, just flip us off without so much as a how do you do? Not necessarily. But if I were to choose between having a manager who would give me success and maybe last a few seasons before leaving because we want to level up, and a manager who stays on too long, it doesn't win us anything, but who, apparently has the love of the fans, I choose the winner. And bear in mind, guys, we put up with the last 10 seasons of Wenger. We had a few FA Cups dotting everything. And we got rid of him collectively because we decided that it wasn't good enough. Are we really going to be that stupid to forget our history and say, we're happy with Arteta, who binned the domestic cups and effectively performed poorly in Europe just to focus on winning the league, saying that we have bigger fish to fry? Emery didn't do too bad a job with us. Take a look at the job he's doing with Aston Villa this season. Yes, the Conference League semi-final was perhaps a step too far for a team that is literally walking wounded. But still, they are set to qualify for the Champions League. Once they get their injured players back, once they get the Champions League revenue coming in, they can get a few players in. Once they, sell a few players who aren't a part of the picture anymore, I wouldn't be surprised if they go on to do some really good things. But the point is, there's a seriousness about these clubs. There's a seriousness about the managers who want to try to, do better and be better. I don't see that seriousness in Arteta. And there are some players in this team who aren't serious enough. So if a new manager comes in and some of these players who don't like his style start to down tools and say, I don't want to, if you're going to treat me this way, I don't want to play for you, then I'm going to say to those players, don't let the door hit you where our Lord and Savior split you. So there comes a time, Del, when we have to take a look and look at ourselves, look inside ourselves, and be honest with ourselves and say, is this really what we want, or do we want more? West Ham have done that with Moyes. Bayern Munich have done that with Nagelsmann, and now with Tuchel. Big clubs are doing that. Chelsea did that with Mourinho. I believe it's high time, or at least somewhere down the line, we start to look at ourselves and say, you know what? We need to demand better, and we need to do better, and then we will be better.
26 likes, not near 30 yet. Come on, we're aiming for the 30. Go on, Stag, keep it going. Let us know what the story is. But yeah, come on. Please do. If you're new around here, subscribe. And please do hit the like button as well. Nugget, you're in the house.
But wait, Gemma said she wanted to say something. So
Gemma, go ahead, Jay. Yeah.
It's two things. So my mate has just sent me a picture of Twitter. Kai Havertz on Man City versus Tottenham. He has said, I am going to be the biggest fan of Tottenham ever.
Oh, like, as a player, you don't say that. Instant reaction. You know what I mean? You just shut your fucking mouth. Shut up. You're a player. We don't want to hear you after the game. I'm only interested in you for 90 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. But
every time 29's name gets mentioned, it's a shot. Oh,
yeah. Exactly.
Then there's another one from Arsenal on Twitter. A big win on the road. It's not that big.
Yeah, exactly.
You won 1-0, not 6.
If we took two of those losses and turned them into wins, guess what? We could have won the league at Old Trafford today.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, the Fulham game, everything like that. But I just want to bring in Nagy. You're after coming in. Big up, mate. I hope you're doing well. What are you saying? How do you think of today's game?
Shit.
You're on mute, Naga.
You're on mute.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you now.
Yeah.
All right. Pick up the panel, by the way. Thanks. I'm glad to be here again. And yeah, man, it's unexplainable, to be honest. I don't know what I was watching. Like, we can't even retain the ball. We can't even, hold on the ball for, a couple of minutes, consistently, losing the ball, giving away the chances. And my God, by the way, the game should have been at least 2-0, the chances that we had. So, typical Arsenal, man. And I always, wonders what, how does Arsenal players, just switch off at Old Trafford? Is there a spirit in it? Even those Manchester United players, they turn up in a different level, man. So, yeah, overall, not a good game. All the players, very, very terrible. Pick up Trossard for scoring the goal, and maybe Saliba and Gabriel here and there. But overall, the midfield, very pathetic.
See, the thing about for me is, like, Arsenal need to, it's Man United. Oh, we're in Old Trafford. Fuck Old Trafford. Fuck it to the fuck up. Like, seriously, you need to go in there like Conor McGregor, belting doors down, get the fuck out of me fucking player and mill everything out of it. Like, it's the history of the club is unreal. Fuck the history. It's the then and now. And you go out and you absolutely fucking annihilate them. Crystal Palace annihilated them during the week, made a fucking show of Casemiro, put him in a wheelchair and wheel him out of the fucking stadium because he's fucking useless. And we're making these fucking players, McTominay, for example, he's dog shit. And I'm fucking telling you now, Arsenal make him look like the next fucking Pele. Like, seriously, we need to stop showing these fucking teams respect. Fulham, did we draw or did we lose at Fulham? Show them respect. We're in Craven Cottage. Fuck it into the fucking Thames because it's right beside it. Just push it in and fuck off. That's what we need to do. But no. We'll show them respect. You go out, Villa, Aston Villa. They won a European Championship back when me fucking dad was a fucking sperm in me fucking granddad's ball bag. Fuck off! Like, seriously, get the fuck out of town. Like, I'm sick of this. Show them respect. Spurs. Spurs we've always had right. Who the fuck are Spurs? Like, I keep saying this to people. Why do people big Spurs up? The North London Derby. Really? The North London Derby? Like, who the fuck? Like, what do they win? Like, I'm dying to... Arsenal fans, please put in the comments relevant... Like, Jamie O'Hara to me is Spurs. Jamie O'Hara, I wouldn't wipe off me arse. Do you know what I'd say? Dry in and be a dry shite on me arse. That's what you are, Jamie. You're a fucking knobhead. And I can't wait. I'm going to try to get onto the show and talk to Jamie. Oh, yeah, I'd like to fucking lose to fucking... I'd like to lose to City. I don't want fucking Arsenal to come to our ground and fucking win. Fuck you, you little, small, little shrimped up fuck. He's a knobhead. Him... Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I'm going around.
The ironic thing is... Sorry, Del Boy. I just want to say quickly. The ironic thing is, Del Boy, is that Jamie O'Hara, he actually came through Arsenal's academy.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. And he...
Before you let him go.
This is the thing. Like, I'll tell you the story about this, right? He was at Arsenal, all right? Liam Brady, the absolute quality, the absolute class of Liam Brady, okay? And if you don't know who Liam Brady is, you can unsubscribe to my channel and fuck off, right? And I mean that. Because Gemma, fuck off. But let me finish my story, right? Liam Brady was director of the academy at the time. Jamie O'Hara, a Spurs supporter, and his dad, a Spurs supporter, came to Liam Brady and they go, we want him to be playing first team football next season. Liam Brady says, I'm sorry, he won't be playing first team football next season. He won't be playing football the following season for the first team. He won't be playing football the next season for the first team. He will not be playing first team for the following team. He will be 21 years of age before he touches the Emirates or Highbury or whatever it was at the time. He won't be 21 until he plays there. Jamie O'Hara and his dad goes, fuck off, mate. We're fucking out of here. And what did he do? To go to Spurs. When was the first time? What age was Jamie O'Hara when he touched the spud ground or whatever they used to call it, whatever the fuck, White Hart, Shit Hart Lane? Guess what age he was until he touched the ground for the first team of Spurs?
24.
Yeah, right. He was 21. Lee Brady, right. So he left Spurs. He left Arsenal to go to Spurs. And Liam Brady told him, no, you stay at Arsenal, you're 21 years of age, and you will be a first team regular. And he didn't do that. So my thing of Jamie O'Hara, he's a fucking knobhead. He really is a fucking knobhead. And he's on Talk Sport. I'm going to get onto Talk Sport Trust me, I am. And I will be talking to him. And I'm going to fucking rip him a new fucking arsehole. And I mean that. I mean that.
In a more watered down context, because if you swear, you just get kicked off.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah.
I just thought that could be.
Yeah, I know, Carl. I'll box clever on it. Like, you
need to be Floyd Mayweather and not freaking Francis Ngannou. Come on.
He needs training for that because he'll swear anyway.
yeah. Oh, yeah, but here, just get what I have to say in and then just go, Jamie O'Hardy, you're a prick.
Delway, at least the ironic thing is that his career was ruined by injuries. So that's karma to Jamie O'Hara.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. 100%.
Serves him right.
Yeah. But Naga, I just want to come to you again because you're only after coming on. But can you see Spurs, as we're talking about them, be not even beaten, but taking a draw at Man City? Go on, the floor is yours.
Oh, the chicken on the basketball FC. That's what I call them. So yeah, can we even rely on them? I don't think so. The form they are in. And then we all know that this is City's game, This is the type of a situation where, City turns into a monster. So, I don't know, man. My heart says no. I will say no. I just feel like City is going to nick a win. Last minute winner, maybe.
Yeah, they'll steal it.
So, that's my stance here. If they do it, then, well done.
Gemma, apart from the West Ham game where you think West Ham are going to beat Man City about 4-0, do you think that Spurs can do a job beforehand?
Maybe a draw.
Go on, Gemma. I love Gemma's fucking positivity and everything like that. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'd say maybe a draw. 2-2. Maybe 2-1 Spurs.
So the way we're going, so in Gemma's world where Spurs are going to draw with Man City, and then West Ham are going to beat them. So what does that leave Arsenal in the league?
Gemma, you're only saying this because West Ham's watching you right now, and because you work there. So
I haven't been there for a while, so
yeah, well, tell them to subscribe. Yeah,
West Ham, if you're watching, please be Man City.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're all Arsenal fans today. And Warren, I want to give a big shout out to Warren Delboy. It's nearly too late to challenge direction this season.
So I'll contact my dad or something and get a West Ham shirt.
Yeah, well, we'll all look at even Static's wearing a West Ham short there, is he?
No. How dare you? No.
Painted carrot and blue.
Yeah, exactly.
It does match the West Ham colours, I'm not going to lie.
Just a big shout, as it says, big shout out to Warren. Del Boy, it's never too late to change direction. This squad has failed 5 years on year. The squad is not good enough. At least 85% are not good enough to win trophies.
Facts.
Yeah, there he is. Panel, I pointed out the games where we lost points on a Facebook page, Arsenal, and the response I got from the owner of the page was, if only my auntie has balls. Oh, fuck yeah.
Disgraceful.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's yeah, go ahead.
Go on. I don't want to recycle old material that I did off my show with Manny yesterday, okay? So I did some calculations on what's the average number of games you can only afford to lose in order to win the league. The number is 4.
Facts.
4. That is the amount that you can only afford to lose. We've lost 5 games. And it's not rocket science as well. Man City's average when they've won the league is actually 93 points. They're going to win the league this year on 91. So the last 2 seasons, last season they finished on 89. This year they're going to finish on 91. They've not been at their best the last 2 seasons. Yet we can't catch them. They say, "Oh, we've pushed City to the brink." No, you haven't, because Liverpool had 97 and 98 points on, and City still pipped them to the title. That's more of the missing out part. We had ample opportunities, as Manny has said, to win the league last season. We bottled an 8-point lead with 9 games to go, and this year we had opportunities, but Mikel Arteta just kept on freaking experimenting, and his experimenting has cost us. It's the Villa game I'm more pissed off about more than anything, because we knew Zinchenko playing at left back, Havertz playing on the left side of midfield does not work. Yet he reverted to do that when we played Aston Villa in March. Why? Because we knew it didn't work then, so why would it work now?
Facts.
Yeah,
Can I
exactly.
quickly say something else if that's all right?
Go ahead, yeah.
Yep.
Right. I've just seen on Sky Sports, Arteta proud Arsenal remain in the title race. He said there's always possibilities we could win the league.
There's also possibility. There's also possibility of me growing a sixth toe on my left foot, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
There's also a possibility of me, instead of me fucking Mickey, growing a fanny. Like, seriously. Like, you know what I mean?
Pause. No, Diddy, pause.
yeah. LGBTQ. Yeah. Love it. Well, here, Arteta, Gemma, were you standing beside him when he done that? Because he must be smoking what fucking you're smoking. But like, look, come here, guys. You know, for you, I just want to, like, one word I want from everyone on the panel, okay? And I'm going to go around to each and every one of you. The way this feeling is now, one word, right? And I'll start it off, because at the end of the season, City are going to win their last 2 games. We're going to beat Everton. All right, we're going to lose the league by 2 points. For me, in one word, what's your reaction? And my reaction is gutted. That's my one word. Mane, I'm going to go to you.
Disappointed.
Gemma.
Fuming.
Static. Carl.
I'll go last.
I choose the name, the one word from a title from my favorite Linkin Park song. Numb.
Oh.
We tried so hard and come so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, Jesus, I don't know.
I got one. I got one.
Go on,
disrespected.
Whoa.
I feel disrespected if we don't win the league.
Jesus Christ.
That's how I feel. Because we effing lost to those games to Fulham, Newcastle, the home and away to Aston Villa, and the draws where we should have won, like the draw away to Man City we should have won, the draw away against Liverpool we should have won. Those were there for the taking. Just we could have already wrapped up the league title even before the game at Old Trafford, but no. Well done, Arteta.
No, I hear you. I just want to get Matt in. So, Gemma, give us a shout out to your socials just before you go.
No, wait, sorry to interrupt. I think Naga wants to have a word.
Go ahead, Naga.
There you go, Gemma.
Yeah.
That one word for me, I think I was hunting. It's gonna hunt me, right? So hunting.
Yeah.
That's it.
Haunting.
It's gonna hunt me in my mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 100%.
This season, man. Like Static said.
Give a shout out to your socials.
Okay. So I'm trying to create a YouTube channel, a gaming channel. So my name is there. It's my full name, Gemma Vivian 4452. So if everyone could go and subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem at all. And thanks a million, Gemma, for coming along. Come along to the next one. As I says, I'm going to do a watch along for the Spurs. I'll do the second half of the game. I'll do a watch along, so please do check it out. But Gemma, thanks a million for coming along. I really appreciate it. And come along to the next fan calling.
See you, Gemma. Say hello to Gemma for me, yeah?
Yeah, I will do. See you later. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Take care. All the best.
Bye.
No,
I'm going to get this man in because I just want to hear his thoughts on the game. And it's Matt. Yeah, Matt, what's the fucking story, mate? How are you doing?
What up, brother?
Hey,
what up,
Matty?
What up? What's up, man? Bro, that was the worst United team I've ever seen in my life.
Facts.
And we could only put 1 goal against that.
Ugh.
And to make matters worse, we have a section of the Arsenal fan base that has come out today. I'm going to read this quote because I got it saved right here. I'm going to read this quote out loud for everybody. It states here, if you are not supporting Spurs on Tuesday, you are not an Arsenal fan.
Make that make sense.
Yikes.
It's in the bin, man.
That's the fan base. Yeah. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. You got to walk away. You got to go take a drink on that one. You got to take a drink on that one. That shows you the levels that we have fallen. The embarrassment to come out into the world and tell everybody. And then our $65 million signing says he's a Spurs fan on Tuesday. In an Arsenal kit. Bro, no matter what sport, I'm a Lakers fan. I can fuck the Boston Celtics. I'm a Patriots fan. Fuck the Buffalo Bills. I'm a New York Rangers fan. Fuck the Boston Bruins. No matter what sport I support, I'm not so-and-so. I don't give a damn what I need from the rival. I'll just do it myself. That's the mentality you're supposed to have.
Matt, I don't like Celtics as well.
You see, there you go.
Respect, bro.
And so, I mean, you look at how devoid of winning that we've become. That we'll just say anything. We'll just take anything. We're holding ourselves out as fans. They're streetwalker fans. That's what I'm gonna start referring to, man. These streetwalker fans. They just walk, whatever they can get. It's absolutely embarrassing, man. But you know what, gentlemen? We all say here in August. What do we say in August? What do we all say? Deli, Manny, Static. What do we all say when we say here? What do we say? Oh, this team ain't lined up to win anything this year.
Yep.
We all hoped. We all deep down, we love for us to do something. But we all knew the signs were there. When we lost that game against Villa, when we showed up to the Etihad and parked the bus. Chelsea, anybody? I keep reminding people about Chelsea.
Chelsea away as well.
Chelsea away. Hello? I keep reminding people, Chelsea away.
We were losing that game as well.
No shots on target against Newcastle. Zero. VAR. We was waiting on VAR to bail us out. Threw all the cups in the bin this year. Threw all of the cups. Everything in the bin, gentlemen. And now people have hung their hat on the hopes of winning the Premier League. I got news for everybody watching this tonight, and for those on the replay, Spurs ain't losing that game City ain't winning that game on Tuesday. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Spurs are not winning that game on Tuesday against City. Spurs are not winning that game on Tuesday against City. People were out there last week saying that Fulham would show up and do something to City. And what did you see? You saw complete surgery. A team against a team that plays a high line like Spurs, that is just cake and ice cream for City. That is 3 passes to Haaland, goal, bang, bang, bang. I'm looking at
not cake and ice cream, peach cobbler.
Peach cobbler for y'all Southern folk. Y'all know that's how we like it down here. But y'all, we had our chances to put this team to the sword. And shout out to Tony Clark Gunner because he was raising hell. I mean, holy hell about the Manchester City game. And because I thought we would do the job against Villa, that we would show up because that would propel us to say, okay, well, we should be able to push on now. And we go lay a goose egg against Villa. Now the City game is another game that we had an opportunity to go ahead and put City out to the sword. We could have finished it ourselves, and we didn't. And then we watched today, and we watched this game. We watched this game today, and you saw. The only reason why that game was 1-0 was because of the fact that Casemiro downed his tools, and he's decided he's already ready for next year. Because had he got on side, gentlemen, we're talking about a draw today. A draw. 0-0 against that crap we watched today. That was one of the worst performances this year. Did you see Saka today? Did y'all see that? Did you see that performance? Did you see our captain today? Did you see that performance from him today? Did you see Declan Rice today? Huh? Did you see him? Did you see our goalkeeper at times today? Did you see that? Surely you saw that. Did you see Tomiyasu today? Did you see Ben White? Garnacho was cooking him, was skinning him alive. Gentlemen, let me throw a number out to y'all for those who don't know. Everton has only had 1 loss in 8. 1 loss in 8. That sounds kind of like Villa, right? Kind of sounds like we're about to go into another Villa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's on their heads about this up for grabs next week. You still got to win the game. A draw is no good. City's going to win that 2 games. Well, I have no shadow of a doubt. They're going to drop the hammer on Spurs, and they're going to drop that. Just for good measure, they're going to run the goal differential tally up against West Ham just to turn the knife. Because they look over there and they say, 3 goals? Yeah, we'll get that against Spurs. Then the next thing you know, now it's goal for goal. How many times did it take us to shoot on goal to get a goal? How many times we shot today on target? I don't have the stats, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty damning that we only walked away from that with 1 goal. 2.
Like 3 or 4.
Martinelli
had Rice.
Yeah, and they're telling me we don't need a striker. We don't need a striker. We're fine with Havertz next year. Okay, all right, well, cool.
Most of all the shots that we had, excluding Trossard's goal, the other 3 were all P roller shots.
Yeah. We're not
Odegaard as well.
we're not the team. We're not the team that people think we are. We just been the last 2 years. We've had some very, very underperforming top 6 teams around us. United's been underperforming. Look at Chelsea's form. They're 13th to 7. Look at where they are. Oh, well, man, they're washed. They're done. Okay, all right. Well, when they cut the checks this summer and they bring in some players to replace to freshen it up, because they're going to freshen up too. I keep telling people, Villa, Newcastle, Chelsea, Liverpool, okay, United, Spurs, City's going to pull the checkbook out this year. I don't care what y'all think about 115 charges. The checkbook is coming out. They're going to open the checkbook up. West Ham, look at all these teams. These teams are going to strengthen. And we're still sitting around here just thinking we're going to just hope our way to a Premier League title. And you're hearing people say, well, we don't got this year, but we're definitely going to be in it for it next year. You know, everybody keeps talking about that Premier League title next year. You know what nobody's saying? I want to win a Carabao Cup next year. I want to win an FA Cup next year. I want to be in competition for the Champions League next year. I would love to win a Premier League next year. They're not saying they want to win everything else. They just tunnel vision on the one thing. And when you don't get that one thing, you don't have nothing else to show for it, then that's when you try to find anything. You want to pick on everybody. You want to try to, how is yours a goal? And somebody stated earlier, they said, well, we've got more wins than the Invincibles. But how many trophies do we have? How many trophies do we have? Do we have more trophies than the Invincibles? Huh? Do we have more trophies? Nah. We don't have
it fucking pains me, and it's my own channel, and I'll say it fucking wrecks my fucking head that this team and the Invincibles are on the same line. Like, I have to talk this team and the Invincibles. Like, fucking stop that fucking bullshit now.
Del boy, history is gonna fix that. You don't even have to worry about it, because in 15 years, nobody's gonna even acknowledge this season. They're not even going to acknowledge it. They won't even acknowledge it, even in terms with it. History won't even allow for that, because they'll look at it and go, all right, decent year, but they didn't win anything that year. Okay, on to the next year. It's like I told Jess the other day. When you watch documentaries or you watch stories on Arsenal, how long do they stay on the season? We didn't win anything. Not too long. They move right on to the season that we actually done something, to competed somewhere and done something. Same thing as this year. How many people gonna go back and remember we were 93% champions? How many people gonna remember that? Now they'll laugh at it in jest. Oh man, you remember that time Arsenal was way up there and they bottle league? Yeah, we'll be remembered for that. But as far as competitiveness, nobody won't even remember anything. Nope. This year, you know what's even crazy this year, gentlemen? Do you know what's even crazier this year? Is that we beat every one of the top 6 teams and ain't got a damn thing to show for it.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yep. I mean,
Damn it.
it comes down to the Fulhams, the fucking, like, you know, the Chelsea at the time. You know, like, why
Yeah.
can't we?
Spurs also, right? We drew at home with Spurs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tottenham as well.
Yeah, yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, the first round. Yep, you're right. That was another one that cost us points. Just off the games that we drew, that was 4 points. 4 points that was dropped.
And then we lost against West Ham United at home, 2-0.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was painful, by the way.
Yep.
And that to me is probably one of the fucking ones that were just like West fucking Ham. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather lose to fucking, like, you know what I mean, a United or like, you know, Liverpool or something like that. But to lose to them, you're just like, going, why? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, where's the mentality? It's the mentality there is just going, do you know what? Oh, it's West Ham at home. We're going to beat them. No, it's fucking not.
Even drawing at home to Fulham, even losing away to Fulham, that was our first loss away to Fulham in the league in like 12, 13 years. I mean, come on. Nobody expected that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Matt, I just want to come back to you just on this. Can you see anything, like, or if you're a Spurs supporter, like, what's going to happen in the fucking, whatever they're fucking calling their stadium now? Are they going to cheer if Spurs score against Man City?
This is what's going to happen. And this is the easiest way I can put it to you. If Ange Postecoglou wants to lose his job on Tuesday, win that game against City.
Hey, you're right.
If he wants the pressure to be turned up on him 1,000, you know, you win this game against City. The Spurs fans will be perfectly fine with playing Europa League football, knowing that they've cost Arsenal the title. Now, find the first Spurs fan that disagree with that.
All the Tottenham fans will be chasing Big Ange out of the stadium.
They'll be perfectly fine with that. And I keep telling people they are not going to beat City. That's just the way they're programmed. Our fans will be showing up with banners saying we're Spurs supporters. Looking like fools. Now, you know it's coming. Get ready. You know the Monday wraparound. You know the Monday wraparound is going to be we're all Spurs fan tomorrow. So you might as well get ready.
Our fan base are shameless.
It's starting now. Soon as we all get off this call, you start cruising around the YouTube, you're going to start hearing people talk about it. They're going to be calling to talk Spurs. You got Paul Merson saying that if Spurs wins, he'll go get a Tottenham tattoo.
Oh, wow.
Paul Merson.
Magic Man, how could you? How could you, Magic Man?
It is absolutely sickening. It is absolutely sickening.
He's also a Chelsea fan. Arsenal legend, but Chelsea fan. But seriously?
It's absolutely disgusting that Arsenal fans are out here saying they will support. You know what, man? I would put it if a player said that they was in the locker room and said, you know what, I hope Spurs get it. That's different. But you coming out here in the public with Cap, these are prime legends coming out saying they support Spurs on Tuesday. That shows you how embarrassed, how far we have fallen.
These four behind me, they would not say that.
I know for damn sure those two on the left and the two on the right one do. I know I will be willing to put my house. I will even put my house on the line. No, if those two ask that question. No. Well, we'll just see. We'll just see what they do against Everton next week. That's what you will hear. We'll just see what they do.
Here, because for me, my blood is boiling. I'm gonna explode. My head's gonna fucking explode here. Okay, and exactly what you says there, Carl. The four people behind you would have done the job through the whole fucking season, because they would have been, let's say, we're not drawn against Fulham. We're not losing against fucking West Ham or fucking Chelsea and all this fucking thing. We're not doing that. We'll put the fucking title in our hand and we'll control it. Okay? So we have players now going on social media saying we're going to support Spurs. Shut the fuck up. And I fucking mean that. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking hear you after 90 minutes. I don't want to see you. I don't want to fucking hear you. I don't want to know about you. I don't want to know about your fucking missus, your wags, or whoever the fuck you have. You put that fucking jersey on and you're wearing that fucking badge. You go out and get fucking 90 minutes of the hardest of your fucking life because you're paid well enough for it. And don't give me this bollocks on fucking social content media that, oh, I'm supporting Spurs. How about doing your fucking job? Do your fucking job. And then you wouldn't be supporting Spurs, you stupid cunt. I'm fucking sick of it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Man, they take over there. I'm fucking done.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. But listen, gentlemen, we also need to take a few things into consideration. I know that, the record does state that in the last few league games where City have gone to the Tottenham Stadium and played, they've lost quite a few of them and not scored a goal. But this season, we need to remember one thing. City went to the Tottenham Stadium in the FA Cup to play their tie, and they beat them there. The thing about all of these hoodoos is that they're meant to be broken. We sort of broke a hoodoo today by beating United at Old Trafford, and I wouldn't be surprised if City break their hoodoo at the Tottenham Stadium. And you know why? They're a serious team. And I might actually want to, give Spurs some slack. It's not that Spurs are going to roll over and die necessarily. It's because City are going to do a number on them. Because we've seen this City team demolish Wolves 5-1, Fulham 4-0. That's 9 goals in 2 games. And even with Haaland and Alvarez, they're scoring goals all over the park. Josko Gvardiol, for Pete's sake. So let's not even consider, blaming Spurs and just accepting that at this particular moment in time, City are going to be the team that, just steamrollers everyone. They're mentality monsters. This stage in the season, I mean, obviously, back in America, they've got their sprinting champions. I know that Mr. Odom will remember a certain Morris Green very well.
Yeah.
And he was that person, a little bit like, the Donovan Baileys, the Usain Bolts, and the other, the Carl Lewises and the great sprinters of the day. You may start a little bit slow in the first 50, but when you have that second 50, you power through. That's City right now. And we can't just, sit around blaming Fulham and blaming Spurs and saying you had your chances to be heroes and you mucked it up. No. How dare we expect other teams to do us a favor? How dare we try to cozy up to the likes of Leno and Bernd Leno and Willian and Alex Iwobi and say, you could be Arsenal legends if you do us a favor. We love you so much. And then when they come a cropper, we say, we don't like you anymore. And then we have the nerve to sort of, after abusing Ange Postecoglou with some disgusting chants at the North London derby, we have the nerve to cozy up to him and say, oh, Ange, please do us a favor. Take yourself seriously, for heaven's sake. And then we slap West Ham 6-0 at their ground and say that they're a poor team with a poor manager, and we expect them to try and do us a favor against Manchester City. You reap what you sow. Your attitude determines your altitude. And I want to big up, a longtime friend of ours, Steve-O, the Aussie Gooner, the Antipodean, I don't want to, I can't think of a good word to say that begins with A, but he said it to me quite brilliantly in an Instagram chat not too long ago. If you are not willing to take yourself seriously, if you're not willing to take other people seriously, you have no right whatsoever to expect other people to take you seriously.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Man.
You have to. I just want to say, big up Rich Sports, absolutely quality, lovely fella, Man United supporter. Big up Rich. I'll try and check your channel out on here. I might try to jump on if you want me to, in shortly. But just on that, the whole respecting of other teams and stuff like that, why should we be showing Man United so much respect that we did today? We're top of the league. United, and no offense to them, and I don't mean any disrespect to them, but they're fucking dog shit. Man United, Rich will tell you that. Rich has, I've listened to his streams and stuff like that. They're fucking shit. But ours, it's Old Trafford.
You know what the problem is, right? Is I told everybody the worst thing that could have happened this week was Palace dropped the hammer on them 4-0 because they weren't going to play like that again. It wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't happening. Not at Old Trafford. We might have got them like that at home, but we went, and even then I still was probably 3-2, 2-1. But you ain't getting no 4-0. That just doesn't happen every day to United like that. So no, it wasn't good. It was never on the cards for me. I've been telling people all week 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, and it was a tight. And I said it was gonna be a tight game, and that's exactly what it was. The only difference was if United had a striker, or if Garnacho was so damn selfish, you're probably looking at a different ball game. You probably had a whole different ball game.
And if they had their starting, if they actually had their proper starting 11, they probably would have beaten us.
Yeah, they would have beat us. They would have. If they would have had
Fernandes, Rashford,
Rashford, Bruno Fernandes,
Martinez, Varane, Luke Shaw. Obviously, they had Delo in there already. But you get the drift.
Yeah, you're right. We lose that game, and see, this is what people don't realize. We got, what are y'all complaining about? It's the problem. It's the problems we're complaining about. We still see the same problems that we've been seeing over the season, and we're right here at the end of the season, and we're still seeing the same old thing. Substitution, 67 to 80 minutes. Another game. He waits. He's reactionary. He waits all the way to Saka's hurt. Then he makes the sub instead of making the substitution at halftime because he was crap.
Yeah.
Trossard.
Very good.
I can't believe he took Trossard
the whole
first
thing of,
instead of Saka.
he's English's fucking top boy. I don't give it. Matt, you're the same as me. You're from America. I don't give a fuck where the fuck he's from. I don't care. He's English. Oh my God, he came through the youth. You have to play him every minute. Fuck off.
No.
He hasn't played well in the last, I'd say, 10 games.
It was terrible today,
maybe 1 or 2.
15 games. Today. Last 15 games.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd be nice to him, Matt.
Trossard is 3 goals behind him and played less games.
Mm-hmm. Less minutes, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
3 goals behind.
Sorry, England or whatever the fuck I need to apologize to. I don't give a fuck where he's from. If you're not playing fucking well, fuck off. You're not starting. You need to kick in the balls and just go, sorry, mate. Yeah, like as Matt says, 15 games. You haven't played well in 15 games. Oh, but I'm Saka. I'm English. I'm an English international.
No,
fuck off.
This is why I've said, and I from here out for the rest of the season, going through the transfer window, if the players that we bring into this club are not associated with these words, game changing, world class, next level. If they're not any of those words, we don't need them at Arsenal because we need players in this club now that can challenge the starters.
Mentality, by the way.
I think you're missing a word there, Matt. And not many times I disagree with you. I just think there's passion.
Passion, dependability.
Like when I was at the Emirates, like obviously a few times, and I'm looking at them. They go a goal down, and they lose the game. There's no one there. Like my captain, I'm looking at my captain going, okay, you need to grab the players now, and you need to get them fucking playing. You need to fucking grab them by the scruff of the neck and say, we fucking don't lose this fucking game. Tony Adams done it, or David O'Leary, I think, done it to what player? Well, I forget the name of the player, but he grabbed them. You're at fucking Arsenal. You do not lose this game. And that was the North London derby. And he's right. You're at fucking Arsenal. You're at one of the biggest clubs on the planet. I don't care who the fuck they are. But you're at Arsenal. You don't fucking lose the game.
Lee's parents said it perfectly. Where was the bus? Where were the punches at today? Where were the bust ups? Where was the slide tackles? Where was where was the flare ups? Exactly. None. It was just like I told myself it's like watching a game in June. Like they were over here playing in the States. That's what it looked like. It was they're out in LA playing in the Audi Cup. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, friendly.
I'll tell you this, right? And exactly what you're saying. Okay? When I played Gaelic games, okay, it's one of the hardest sports in the world. It's so like hurl a stick, a plank, and you have a ball about that size, and you have to fucking hit it. I remember playing a game before and I was injured. Okay, I was captain of the team, and my manager says, "Dale, you're injured. I'm not going to start you. I'll let you come on and sew the game up because this game was vital." He turned to me after half time, about 10 minutes into the second half, and he turned to me, "Their number 10 is running amok. We need to stop him." Okay? This is facts. I swear to God that might drop dead now. I need you to go on and do a job on him. Do you know what I done on him? The ball was up in the other half. Okay? And I'm not joking with you. The ball was up the other half. I turned to him. I grabbed him by the jersey. And I says, "You're doing fuck all when I'm marking you today." And he goes, "What are you going to do about it?" Do you know what I done? I gave him a solid in the face. And he went down. And that was done. I swear to God. He went down. Guess who didn't get a touch of the ball the whole of that half? He didn't touch the ball. Who won the game? We won the game. And that's what I'm talking about, passion. Yeah. When you need to go onto that fucking field and do a fucking job, you do the job. I'm not talking about punching someone in the face like I did, because there wasn't cameras or anything around back then. But you do a job. You pinch him. You tell him his missus is a fucking whatever. You say this, you get in his brain. Conor McGregor done it. Conor McGregor is the king of it. What did he do to Jose Aldo? He kept mounting at him. Kept mounting. Jose Aldo hadn't won hadn't lost a title in fucking 11 years or something like that. Conor McGregor, 13 seconds in the ring, knocks him out in his head. That's all you do.
Delbo, it's funny you say that. Sorry, I was just going to say, it's funny you say that because in the North London derby, Ben White was actually pinching the Tottenham goalkeeper. So I was like, he's got Louis and Conor McGregor in it. So I'll give credit to Ben White for that.
But exactly.
Pinching.
But this is what I'm saying. This is why we don't have that on Arsenal. And this is why we will not win a league if we don't have that.
We have a team full of nice young lads.
Nice. Oh, everyone's nice. Come here, Matt. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. I love you,
Matt. We have a squad full of grammar boys. That's basically what we call.
Yeah, that's exactly what that's it. We have just some guys that it's nice young men. They rake the yard. And,
young man.
Is it like this? Is it like this in society, right? Like where, oh my God, like for example, there's voting going on in Ireland now at the minute, right? And when I go to work, I go to a train station and people come up to me, like, with their vote. Oh, yes. And there was a woman, I won't fucking mention her name, right? But she went up to me and she's destroyed my country, all right? And I won't go into it. But she goes, "Please vote for me." And I says, and she's a woman, I says, "Get the fuck away from me. You've destroyed my country, you fucking cunt." And I said that to her. Why can't I say that to her? Because she has destroyed my fucking country. All right? And she can say the exact same. She can say, "Fuck you, you wanker." That's grand. I'm not going to cry about it. But it's just football. Football, you need to have that bite in you. You need to have that. If a player has that bite, my young fella today was man of the match today. He was fucking quality. And he was getting stuck in and, the way I'd be on the pitch. And I said,
done, Tim.
Football is missing that. You know what I mean? It's missing the hard man, the Vinnie Jones, the Gaza, Roy Keane's, Vieira's. It's missing that. If I tell everyone, I think everyone's going to agree here. If everyone had a Patrick Vieira, let's say he's not the best footballer in the world, but he has that passion, would you sign him on your team?
Yes,
that'll get you over the line, and passion will get you through. Passion will get you 3 points to City.
100%, absolutely. It fucking will all day long. You're drawing 1-1, and you have a Patrick Vieira in your team. What's he going to do? He's going to drive everyone to get that fucking extra goal and win the
Hey,
game.
Dale, let me make life easier for you. Look at Coventry City when they play. Look at Coventry City against United and look at us against United.
Yep. Absolutely.
Facts.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that sums everything up you need to know. Coventry City went out, it was down, and look what they did. Should have won the game. And then you look at us, and we've been upstaged by Coventry, a team in 8th place in the championship, or 7th, or whatever they are now, in the championship. And they put on a better display than we did. And you're gonna have a section of the fan base. Why are these old men bitching and moaning about us winning the game? It's because it's not winning, it's how we win. We're just getting by. And when the gig is up next weekend, because the gig will be up next weekend, the gig's gonna be up, and the reality is the harsh, cold reality of another season. And you saw earlier what I said. The young man said, we tied with the Invincibles. You're gonna go all that record and all of that ain't gonna mean a damn thing because you ain't got a trophy to show for it. No. That's the reality of the situation. The reality is that we are not who we think we are. We are not ready for teams like Real Madrid. We are not ready for Bayern Munich. We are not ready for the big boys of European football. We are not ready. And we overachieved this year. And people actually thought, gentlemen, that we actually had a chance of winning the Champions League this year.
No.
And you saw what you saw the other night was a heavyweight. It was a heavyweight. That was a heavyweight. That was 12 rounds of throwback boxing, what you watched the other night with Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. There's no way but what man, we pushed that Bayern Munich. No. We could play Bayern Munich again 3 games in a row. And we didn't get nothing out of it. We wouldn't get nothing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but feel good.
And that was also an injured Bayern Munich team, by the way. Most of the players were injured, by the way.
Like my young fella, 12 years of age, he even said the other night we were watching the match. He goes, "Wow, Dad, we would have got fucking slaughtered by them." Like, you know what I mean? He's 12. And
hey, bro. Hey,
I says, yeah, I was supporting against Bayern Munich. We were all supporting with the heart. We're all there. Please, there's something here. But he turned around and goes, "We would have got battered, Dad. We would have got."
Look at if Garnacho was doing that to Ben White, what the hell you think Vinny gonna do?
Yeah, Vinny's all day. Vinny's fine as all day long.
That's why I was just like, what?
Vinny and Tomiyasu. Vinny.
Hey, what y'all think Dortmund gonna do? What you think Dortmund would have did? And that's what people were saying they wanted in the draw. Initially, when we were going through the draws, they were, "Oh man, I want Dortmund. I'll take Dortmund." You sure you want Dortmund? You sure? And I kept trying to tell people we're not good as we think we are. We're not. Oh man, just negative Nancy. No, it's just the reality is we're the same team with Declan Rice and Kai Havertz from last year. The same exact team. And what makes it bad this year, gentlemen, is that we've got players that are bang out of form that need to be moved on. Martinelli today. It's another one.
Sell him. I'll tell you one thing. What you said when he came on there, the first person I thought of was Kyle Walsh, because Kyle Walsh said it to me last season. He goes, "Dale, get rid of him." And I says, Kyle, you're fucking mad. I know he's mad.
Yeah.
But I says, Kyle, you're mad. Dale, he's done.
He's done.
He's done. You're sell him now. You're going to get 50+ million for him.
The longer he stays here, the less money we get for him.
Yep.
Let me break this. Let me break it to you this way. There are some players in this team that if we're supposed to be competing for Champions Leagues and everything else in the years to come, they're not going to be here. They're not going to be here. Reece Nelson, not going to be here. Eddie Nketiah, not going to be here. Cedric Suarez, not going to be here. El Nene, not going to be here. Martinelli, not going to be here. There's several players in this squad that shouldn't be here. We're not. If this squad, we've had this same squad for 4.5 years, pretty much. 5 years. In some cases, 6. None of these players were able to get us over the line. Not get us qualified for Europe, not get us, playing in the Champions League. I said get over the line. None. And this manager has not been able to get us over the line. Money will tell you in America that don't fly. You ain't getting 4 years in America to try to prove to win something. It ain't happening. I don't care what the sport is. You ain't getting that kind of time. No way. Not unless you won a Super Bowl your first year. A Super Bowl. Or you constantly in the championship final. That's different. Only in America can we do this. Gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and scoot. I see Lee popping in on my other screen here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for that. Dale, it is so good to see you, brother. Next week, it's going down. I'll just say it's going down next week. Got it. Good to see you. Naga, good to see you, Carl. Good to see you, brother. Monty, love you, man.
Matt, we'll do something soon, mate. All right.
Always, Matt.
All right, brothers. Cheers.
Yeah, Matt, we'll do something soon.
Say
Cheers,
hi to
mate.
Absolutely. I'm working on getting the end of the year show, so we'll be ready to roll. I'm already rounded up money, so we getting it lined up. All right.
That's good.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
All right.
And on that note, I'm going to sort of wrap it up as well myself. So, Manny, give us a quick shout out to your channels and respect everyone on the channel and everyone that has been put comments in as well. Really do respect and love everyone that's doing it. Manny, give us a shout out, please.
Yeah, I will. And I've also got to leave, and I think quite a few others have to go as well. But no channels of my own, but do catch me over here on Del Boy Gunner TV. Good to have you back. Can't wait for next week and maybe a few ones afterwards. Always love coming on your channel. Always and forever my first, my last, my everything, as Barry White would say. I know Mr. Odom knows Barry White only too well. Also, shout out to the... of course. Your voice is almost as deep as his too, Static.
Thank you.
Yeah, and huge shout out as well to Gundown UK. Did a video last night. Do please check it out. Del, we wanted to invite you, but you couldn't make it. But next time you got to come on. We're going to shoot the gaff, as you would say, or do whatever. It's going to be a load of fun. You wouldn't want to miss it. Big up as well to the Coach's Corner, Oris Talks Football. Up the cherries in all departments, the Bournemouth fan channel. Also big up to Rich Sports, who was here earlier today, Football United, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV. Also, Mr. B has 2 channels. I do watch them. I don't really, whatever. And also big up to AFC Talk Show TV and Spurs Eurasia TV and several other channels that I can't really name at the moment because my memory is a little bit fried at the moment. But all exceptionally important to me, and I will send a check in the post if they don't believe me. And again, as I've said, the most important thing is to make sure that we say whatever we want to say with respect to one another and not be snidey or rude or whatever. If we can't agree to disagree, disrespectful, there's no point in having a discussion. So let's all just make sure we treat each other the way that we'd like to be treated. Catch me on Twitter, Thangatherai1981, Instagram, MannyThangatherai1981, and also the same ID on Threads. Do take care of yourselves, be safe and be happy. Have a good next week, and don't do anything that the panel and I wouldn't do. Big up to the panel, big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you all take care of yourselves. But for now, I'm going to have to go. It's time for me to eat. I'll see you all soon. Cheers.
Thanks, Manny. Cheers, mate. And Static, give us a shout out, please.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram, which is static. Start again. This Arsenal team, they've just rotten my brain. Start again. You can find me on Instagram, which is static__5. You can also find me anywhere on the YouTube or anywhere within the Arsenal YouTube community. I think Naga has actually seen me before on Wax's channel. Big love and respect to Wax. You see me live chat. So yeah, I'm there as well. I'm Lee Gunner's channel here, of course, one and only Del Boy, and many other Arsenal channels where we speak facts and the truth. And if people don't like it, well, other channels are available. So, but
exactly.
But I just want to say finally, thank you so much for having me on. It's always an honor and a privilege. Big love and respect to everyone on the panel. and to those who couldn't come on as well, a big love to you guys, and big love and respect to everyone in the live chat. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe. It always helps the channel. We're so close to 100. 100. I wish that would be nice for Del Boy.
Yeah.
1K. 100K.
Yeah.
1K. So get subscribing, everyone.
Yeah, please do.
And finally, look, we'll see what happens in the next 7 days. Obviously, Man City playing Tottenham away. We'll see what happens. And then we face Everton at home and they face West Ham at home. All we can do is just pray for a miracle, and we just worry about ourselves and we see what happens. So, but look, if we don't win this title, I'm sorry, Arteta has to go. Look, you did everything you could, but you just couldn't get the team over the line when it really mattered, especially those games that cost us. You got to go. Arteta, thank you for what you did, but it's time to say goodbye. And
there you go. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Thanks,
I'm holding back here.
Yeah, you're a legend as usual. And what I will be doing is I'm going to get in touch with Kyle Walsh. I'm going to try and do a watch along for the Spurs Man City game. That should be fun. So please do check it out if you see it on your link and hit the notification. It'll be really nice. Carl, going down. Sorry I couldn't make it last night. I was actually a bit busy. I was drinking. But anyway, I will definitely come on your show. Absolutely no problem. So give a shout out to your channel and everything, all your socials, Carl, if you can, please. And Carl is not with us, so he must be drinking at this stage. But Naga, go to you, mate, first of all. Big shout out to your channel. I love your stuff and facts. I'm telling you now. Yeah, absolutely love it, mate. And I check out all your videos, by the way. But give a shout out to and let everyone know.
Yeah, by the way, a new YouTuber, to be honest, and big up to Tailboy, big up Static, and Carl and all the Mets, and even Manny. And yeah, obviously, thanks for having me again. And yeah, Nagagana channel is my YouTube account, and you can follow me on Instagram, Nagagana TV. That is my second one. Second account, by the way. I have my main account, but that's different stuff. So that is the 2 account that I run. And yeah, you can follow me on Nagagunner on Twitter. So that is the 3 things that I run around. And yeah, daily content's coming on. I'm trying to be consistent as usual, shorts and videos and all, and have some banter, have some laughter, have some sorrowful, have some anger. So yeah, this is Arsenal. So yeah, I have to stay whole night for this again because I have to sacrifice. It's 1:34. It's 1:35 in the morning right now. So yeah,
Jeez,
pick up to the panel, pick up to the jobs.
And I must say, the whitest teeth on YouTube channel. So please do subscribe, Naga Gunner. Your teeth are amazing, mate. But I know the chat. Like I know Carl might be doing something there, but going down UK, I will be on his channel soon. Next thing he's doing, I will be on it. Carl, give us a shout out. Sorry, you're back. Give us a shout out. Your socials.
Yeah, just a brief one, mate. Sorry, I had to put my little boy to bed. He's just crashed on the sofa. So you can find me on X, KB Arsenal Pats 32. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Gun Down. All related to Arsenal FC. Just done a show yesterday with Manny called Saturday Night Live. Just a little odd stream that we just done out of spare time. So done that. You'll find me on Instagram. You'll find me on Twitch. You'll also find me do a couple of podcasts. One I host for, both to do with NFL teams, called Hurdle the Line and the Patriots Touchback. So yeah, you'll find me on there. And yes, Del, we will get you onto the show. We will bring you on there, probably maybe for the post-mortem in a week or so time. Because Static, you're also invited as well. Make sure you hit me up on X, and we'll get you on as well, bro. All right?
I don't use X, but hit me up on Instagram.
Okay, right, no problem. No problem at all.
That's great. Lovely. Love to see that. Yeah, and absolutely will be on. And I'll give you a shout out on my channels as well when I'm going on and stuff like that. But look, I just want to say to everyone that's in the comments as well, really appreciate all your comments. Really do. Like, it's it's sometimes for me, it's fucking draining to do this stuff. But when I get the comments and I get the support and stuff like that, it just drags me to go, you know what, let's do this. Like, you know, and Static gave me a kick in the arse as well today. And
I remind you this all the time, bro. You have a
I know you do. I know.
Yeah, you always forget that, man.
Yeah, I know.
So I
know.
have to give you that kick up the arse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was perfect. So
I'll try with the Irish accent.
Big up to Static, and like, you know, without him, this show probably wouldn't have happened today. So, and Naggy, Gunnar, Carl, Static, and all the other Darren and Matt and everyone else who was on the channel today, Gem and stuff like that. Really do appreciate it. Arsenal 1, Man United 0. We go on. We bring it to the last day of the season. Whatever your God is, if you're Muslim, if you're Hindu, if you're Catholic, if you're Protestant, if you're any other religion, pray to your gods now. Please do. Buddha.
My God is my God is Stoford. Okay.
Maybe I have to do fasting, by the way. Yeah, I have to go to the church and I will fast.
Exactly. Just pray, and keep praying. Spurs, if you're out there, we love you for 90 minutes. But look, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'll be, as I said, I will be doing a watch along for it. I'm going to get Kyle Walsh going around it as well. We'll do a live watch along, have the crack, and see what happens. You know what I mean? Until then, love you, Arsenal. Yep. Arteta, the judge is out.
I'll be there in a minute.
God bless you all. Take care.